So, the Queen went back to her hometown, huh?
Yeah, she's taking a summer vacation, that's all.
Well, you never know. She might not come back.
Don't be silly.
I'm not. People are talking about it. Where it is, they haven't seen the other ministers around town either.
That's because they're all on summer vacation. Everyone needed a rest after working on the Founding Festival.
The Founding Festival, eh? No vacation could make up for you having to take orders from this.
It's just begun, you know.
Yeah, I'll say it has. I bet we haven't even had 1% of the Maniyama coupons redeemed yet. Anyway, here's what you wanted.
Ah! Would you look at that? I'll use this to perfect our coming budget in preparation for the next Founding Festival.
Should I just forward the bill for this to the tourism board? Or
Sure,
what?
and I've got one of these, too.
Come on, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh, girls. I wonder if you really are enjoying your vacations like you deserve.
Hey.
Well, how is it being back in Tokyo?
Oh, you know, Tokyo's Tokyo.
What's up with you?
Very little. I called because I literally have nothing to do. I thought you said you were staying over at your friend's house right now.
Yeah, they go to work early, so I'm alone here.
Wanna come stay with me? At my parents'?
No thanks. I have a feeling that might be a little weird. Plus, I'm going to see a friend's play tonight, and we're going drinking after.
I'm actually going drinking with friends tonight, too.
Alright, look at us having fun. Yeah.
Hey, what's wrong? I don't know. Just feels weird. I seriously feel like an outsider now.
Everything's back to normal in Maniyama today. Back to the old routine already. Yeah. Though I have to admit, the TV show is bringing in more weirdos than I've ever seen before.
Are you helping out the tourism board again? The Queen is on a little break, isn't she? There's no need to worry. I'm not going to try to stop you. Nothing Ushimatsu does ever sticks anyway. Things always end up going back to normal. I mean, you saw how it all ended up at the Founding Festival.
I guess. But I'm proud of how hard we all worked on it.
Yay, we can work on this while Yoshino and the others are on vacation.
B&Bs.
Right! Mr. Karuto wanted us to study up on it for the empty houses in town. He hopes to be able to work this into next year's plan. Once summer break ends, we can get even more ideas from the other girls.
Next year, though.
That's right. I'd forgotten.
The Queen's official term is only 1 year long.
Oh, these are surprisingly good.
I can send you a ton when I get back. We've got plenty of them left over, that's for sure.
So tell me about your job. Is it going well? I hope you won't let your TV appearance go to your head now. Life isn't that simple most of the time, you know.
Yeah, I know that.
Your contract is 1 year, right? What do you plan to do after that?
I haven't really thought about it.
Still using that line, huh? If you're living out in the country anyway, then you might as well just come home. Dad knows someone in a company nearby who can put in a good word for you. It's not a huge company or anything. They make kamaboko and other stuff. But for Azumi Gouda, it's pretty... What's the matter? Hey, young lady, don't you walk away while I'm talking to you.
I said I'd have lunch with Saku today, so I have to go.
Oh, really? See you later, then.
I have to be back in exactly 1 hour. I'm so sorry I don't have more time. Government jobs are really strict about all that stuff.
Still in the welfare department?
New resident support department now. It's kind of like the rural revival stuff you're doing, actually.
Oh, really?
I read all about it online. You've been working crazy hard, haven't you?
I don't know. It's not going very well.
What? You got to tell the mice to come out for a show. Okay, I say that, but I understand what you mean. To revive a town, increasing permanent resident population is more important than tourism. And that's no small task, am I right? Right.
Permanent resident population. In contrast to the temporary resident population, which comprises visitors to a region, this describes the number of residents that have permanently settled there.
What is it?
Sorry, I had a thought. I realized I don't count as a permanent resident of Azumi Gouda anymore.
Oh, that's the way it goes. It's a problem all towns like ours deal with. We have some strategies to assist people moving back to the country from the city. But some people, like you, take up a new rural residence. I'd like to bring that up with my boss, actually.
New rural?
Like taking a job in a small town that wasn't the one you grew up in. From the country to the city to the country.
Wow, I'm pretty impressed, Saku.
You really know your stuff. Whatever, you're the queen here.
What is a B&B? Making a normal residence available to the general public as paid lodging for vacationers.
This could help since there aren't many places to stay in Monoyama.
There's a site where travelers can look to find houses to stay in.
Monoyama absolutely must take advantage of this! Or so Mr. Karata says. It's true that if we'd had more lodging during the Founding Festival, people would have been able to spend more time exploring the town.
There are plenty of empty houses.
Yeah, it'd be so great if we could take advantage of that. It's too bad the tourism board can't take charge of all of them together, you know?
I wouldn't want to rent my place out to strangers.
That's true. I guess it'd be hard to know who you'd end up with. Some of the owners probably won't like that at all. Okay, tell me this. What would it take to make you comfortable renting out your house if you were an owner?
Maybe if it's a girl?
Oh, good point. That makes a lot of sense to me. And some guests might prefer staying in women-only houses.
And they must love UMAs.
That might prove a little bit trickier.
Well, personally, I wouldn't care who it was as long as they paid me up front. Hey, this is a rare sight. Welcome.
Oh, sorry, I'm not actually here to eat. Just working the beat today. We've gotten a lot of reports of suspicious persons.
I get it. There's one sleeping right over there.
I can't eat another bite. However, that tuna, I've got room for that.
He's not the one we're looking for right now. We just got a report that some people were poking around an empty house, actually.
An empty house?
How strange. We were just talking about the vacant homes.
Having lots of empty houses looks bad for the town. So converting them to B&Bs would kill two birds with one stone.
And it'd be even better if people moved into them, though. Especially if some of those people could be pretty young ladies. If they would take up residence in the empty house of my heart forever.
Enough with the poetry. Back to Earth now.
Erika, shame on you. Homes provide comfort, especially to those who would otherwise be crushed by the horrible reality of their existence.
Oh, gee, thank you.
I agree with her. No worries, friend.
I guess the Azumi Festival is tonight.
Hey, sister.
Nagisa!
Where were you headed? Can you give me a ride?
No, come on. Riding on the back's illegal.
Give me a break.
Plus, I can't ride up the slope with you on the back.
Nah, I think you underestimate yourself. I need to get home and take a long bath, then change into my yukata for tonight. Oh, you are planning to go to the festival. You better.
You sure have it easy, huh? Not a care in the world.
You seem kind of down. Are you okay?
Yeah, it's just not very easy to be an adult. You'll find out soon enough whenever you move out.
Man, I just can't wait.
Have you even thought about what you want to do after high school? Those 3 years are gonna fly by, believe me.
I don't care about moving to Tokyo or anything like that. All of my friends are here, and I really like it. I don't mind if nothing ever changes.
But what'll you do about work?
I guess Dad knows this one company that makes kamaboko or something. So Mom said they could probably get me a job there. You know, like if I wanted them to.
Good grief. I guess Mom really loves her fish cake.
What's wrong with kamaboko? I think it'd be a pretty great job. I'd be dealing with locally caught fish and locally made kamaboko. Cool. And after work, I could hang out with Akun and all my friends here. And eventually I'd marry Akun, and then we'd both live happily ever after.
Who's Akun?
Boyfriend. Boyfriend.
Still, are you worried your life plan seems so expected and normal?
Don't you remember what Dad has always said to us? Achieving simple, normal happiness is the hardest thing to do. Oops, I killed the moon.
It's fine. It doesn't change things. I still want to do something that only I can do. And somewhere other than here.
Oh, Yoshino, you're always going to be the little dreamer of the family, aren't you?
Let's get going.
What? Don't tell me you still haven't quit, Yuki. You need to get the hell out of that company altogether.
Yeah, it's complicated though.
How's it been having your own company, Kaoru? We've got plenty of pitches ready, but capital is hard to come by. VCs are hesitant with young startups.
You've got it nice, Eddie. Living on one of your dad's properties?
I do still have to pay rent, you know. Though I guess it is pretty cheap. But enough of that. Let's talk about something else, huh? Well, we could always discuss the new child-rearing subsidy system.
Why? You pregnant?
Are you kidding? No way, not me. I'm talking about how businesses are eligible for these new subsidies if they hire a mother. And if you play your cards right, it ends up being a great benefit for working mothers, too. It's a total win-win.
How about you, country girl? Are you planning to stay out there forever?
I don't know. My contract's for a year, so I'll wait and see. But isn't it boring out in the country? It's interesting in its own way, different from the city.
Hey, I'm actually trying to get a brand new project off the ground right now. Why don't you join me in it? You could resign from that Ministry of IT thing way out in the middle of nowhere. My project is much more exciting.
Thanks, Eddie. But believe it or not, I actually find my current job pretty interesting. Plus, it's my duty. I feel like I want to see this thing through to the end.
I get it. That's too bad.
All right, then. I'd be happy to join you.
You should get your own company sorted first. You jump at every new thing. It seems like you've really changed a lot, Sanae.
Huh?
You're so much more assertive than you were when you were here. You seem more grounded, too.
Well, I don't want to run away from anything anymore.
What did you think about my performance?
The narrative was weak, but your performance was definitely a cut above the rest.
Thank you so much, Maki. I know you're not someone who throws out a compliment easily, so that means a lot from you.
Thanks, but I'll admit I'm more than a little surprised we ended up having dinner together. I totally thought you invited me to be polite.
No way, are you kidding? Don't say crazy things like that, okay? Come on now, I want you to drink with me. To us! So, have you thought about it more since we talked?
Huh?
I meant, are you really done with acting?
Well, I don't know.
Do you know Ryotaro Kurose?
The film director?
That's right. He's a fresh up-and-comer. He's gotten lots of awards overseas. He's got this really cool workshop coming up, see? What do you think about that?
What do you mean, what do I think?
He might have his eye open looking for new talent for his next project. This could seriously be a big chance.
I guess it could.
You don't need to guess, Maki. You know that's what it could very well be. Come apply with me. Of course, I know it's an audition just like any other, so who knows, right?
Come and apply with you, huh?
Do you not want to do it with me? Don't tell me you're worried that you're going to be the only one to get cut or something like that. It could easily go the opposite way. Or both of us could totally get cut. But you can't know what'll happen unless you actually give it a try. I don't want you to give this up. It seriously breaks my heart. I just want to see you acting again.
Thank you, Moe. I'll think about it.
Okay, this is yours then. That's the end of all serious talk. I swear I'll talk about only fun things now, okay? Oh, get this! The author of this play is a huge fan of Sonata, the director.
I think Azumi Festival is the one thing that has stayed exactly the same ever since we were little.
What are you talking about? Nothing has changed around here. It's not just the festival.
How can you say that? That's not true. For example, the elementary school has air conditioning now. They sure didn't have that when we were little.
I'll be honest, though. When we were little, I did look forward to the Azumi Festival every single year. I bragged to the kids in the next town over about our shrine floats and all.
Hey, over here! I'll see you later, sis. I'm going to check out the festival with Akun.
Oh, Yoshino! I can't believe you're back in town!
Yurika! Miyako! And Natsuki! It's been a while!
We've been seeing you online.
You gorgeous queen, you!
Thank you, peasants. You may approach us.
As you command, my queen.
How are you guys? Are you doing well?
Believe it or not, I'm a mom now.
Is it a boy or a girl?
I have twins, a boy and a girl.
Where are they? I want to meet them.
They're actually at home tonight with my husband.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Wait, how come Saku isn't with you guys?
I guess she's busy running the festival.
I thought she was a new resident support.
Oh, that doesn't matter for the festival. They're always short-handed.
Azumi Matsuri has grown pretty popular recently. People even come from other prefectures.
I guess it does seem like more people than there used to be.
Oh, Grandma's here. I'll see you later.
Okay.
All right. It's time for me to be off to carry the shrine float.
Nobody's changed, have they? You should move back, Yoshino.
Yoshino!
Oh, hi, Dad.
I'm gonna get going now, I guess. It was so good to see you.
You too. Later.
Nagisa isn't with you?
She was.
Is she with Akun now?
Yeah, she is. So you guys do know about him.
Well, it's not like they have a reason to hide it. My very first date with your mother was a night at a festival, in fact, wasn't it?
That's right, and I had missed the bus and was afraid that I'd be too late. So your grandpa had to drive me to my first date with your father.
But you're not originally from Azumigata. Must have been quite the drive, huh, Mom?
That's right. I was raised a lot closer to the city.
Thought so. What was it that made you decide to live here?
What do you mean? Isn't it obvious? I was here, of course.
Sure, that was part of it. But I also genuinely thought that this was a lovely town. I thought I could live in a place like this.
I went right for it and asked her out on a date. The first thing I wanted her to see was this town where I lived and had built my life.
A place everyone returns to. A place where people gather. A place you want to brag about.
What is it?
It's nothing. I just thought it was nice. I'm suddenly really glad that I came home to visit.
You came back out of nowhere and you seemed kind of down. I wondered what had happened to bring you home.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'll make sure that I can come back with my head held high next time.
Maybe it would be good if I went to visit you there sometime first.
In Monoyama?
We all went there together once when you were little. The cherry blossoms were beautiful there, remember?
Was Nagisa not born yet at that point?
That's right, we can bring Nagisa and Akun along this time.
Wow, Akun too? What? What are you talking about?
Well, speak of the devil.
Oh, that grilled squid looks delicious. Want some?
Isn't that
Are you sure?
We raised
Okay,
him
yeah.
right on.
Yeah, I think we should take credit for them being good kids.
I know, right?
Not bad, ladies.
Thanks, that means so much.
Manoyama B&B proposal. I feel sure we can apply with this.
Except it won't be easy to comply with all the laws the hospitality industry has, you know.
We could do it. I think we should start by seeing what kind of shape the open houses are in.
So we could come pick you up.
Oh, awesome. I would love that. The bus hasn't left yet, so I'm sure it's fine. Please excuse me, the Kamizawa. So, how was Tokyo?
Oh, same as always, I guess. I still can't believe how few traffic lights there are here.
How about you? I don't even need to ask.
It's true. She looks so cheerful.
Huh? What do you mean? Ask me. We can all chat about it later.
Why are the lights on?
Maybe Shiori and Richan?
The tourism board office was closed, though.
Asa, look, Yoshi and the girls are back. Oma!
Hola! Hola! Hola!
Hey, no worries, you guys. Hola just means hello in Spanish. Our new friends are from Spain. From Spain? I didn't know what to make of them either at first, but I promise they're not scary. They wanted to show they weren't dangerous, so they had these t-shirts made for their trip that apparently mixed up the word for safe with safe birth. It was just a little awkward.
Oh, okay. They tried to write safe in kanji, but they made a typo when it converted to safe birth.
That's an easy mistake to make.
These are the members of the Cryptid 12.
What's a cryptid?
Cryptid is another word for unidentified life form. Our visitors investigate and research unidentified life forms around the world. They call themselves the 12 Chosen Ones. And they learned about it from this.
They came all the way here to see the Chupacabra and Manoyama, the only one ever seen in Japan, which only proves that our dear old town is now famous throughout the entire world. Ha ha ha! Seeing as they came for the Chupacabra, I was thrilled to welcome them. So I decided to open up the palace and throw them a big party to celebrate. Ha ha ha!
This is called sushi.
Oh, sí. Sushi es muy delicioso.
What do you like best? Maguro, toro, ika, shrimp, tamagoyaki?
Oh, me gusta sukiyaki.
No. Sukiyaki is not sushi.
The guys in the singles group seem totally thrilled. I bet they're excited to meet the new international marriage prospect. So tired. How did your vacation with your family go? I'm really glad I went back. I ended up getting to see a bunch of old friends while I was there and go to the festival. Oh, what's your festival like? There's a shrine float that's shaped like a big boat, and they carry it around town. It's not that big of a festival, but we get a good number of people from neighboring towns, so it's still pretty lively. Everyone there is super friendly. And it's kind of lovely, really. You know, I don't think I've ever heard you get so excited about anything to do with your hometown before. I've always thought I didn't like the country, but I think it's actually grown on me. The place I can always return to. A place to return to. Except what? I was just thinking how when your term as queen ends, chances are you'll probably head back home.
What's with you guys? Did someone die?
I brought everyone some snacks. Let's try them. Oh, yummy. I'll go make some tea. I almost forgot. I brought back some gifts for you, too.
Yep, so did I. Here.
We brought the same thing! I guess we're all pretty tired. Do you want me to drive you home, Richan?
I said I'd be home late tonight.
Cool. Another drink, then?
Place to return. What you said earlier. The thing is, I moved in with my grandma when I was little and haven't left Manoyama since. So I guess I didn't know exactly what you meant by that.
So you're saying you've never felt like leaving Manoyama before?
I've honestly never thought about it. If I were ever to leave, then my grandma would be all alone here.
She would be fine on her own for one night, though. So, why don't you stay here tonight?
You're right. I'll text her and let her know.
Okay, we're back together and ready to work. So let's start by tackling a new problem. That being said, I have no clue what that might be and therefore have no plan at all. Well, while you guys were on vacation, Mr. Karada had us do some research on the guest lodging problem in Manoyama. They recently sorted out the laws for B&B, so we wondered if we could find a way to make use of all the empty houses in town.
The Cryptid 12 guys showing up is a good example of why we should. They're a perfect chance to create a model case. But we do need to be aware of the potential issues that come with B&Bs.
What do you mean, issues?
Accommodating foreign tourists can be sensitive. Unlike hotels in big cities and tourist destinations, B&Bs require direct cooperation from the locals in the area. So there are always potential issues regarding basic cultural differences. Like with our new friends here, for instance. People felt a bit uneasy about them until they knew exactly what the visitors had come here to do.
It
true. Richon and I were a little freaked out the first time they surrounded us. You know what I find funny about this case, though? Knowing what they're here for only makes them more bizarre.
And then there's the obvious language barrier problem.
Hang on. Where's Richon?
The Mothman. Mokele Mabembe. Mastodon.
Matsudodon!
Looks like they're overcoming the language barrier.
Behold the power of the international language of UMA.
I mean, there are also some pretty good translation apps out there. So maybe we should believe in the Monoyamans a little more.
I'm just curious what the cryptids are actually doing here every day.
Well, they're gathering information about Chupacabra sightings, they're exploring the mountains, and they're taking pictures of old source material.
The creature was described as being
What
about
else?
2 meters long.
Partying?
Comprehendo Chupacabra mask.
Wow, como mola.
Esta sukiyaki. Muy better than sushi.
No, sushi is numero uno. It's the muy best.
Oye, mira, Sergio, qué guapo, tío.
I guess this is where they're meeting tonight.
You want to go?
No way, we came all the way here. I say we should eat.
Kate, real talk. Anyone have a clue how long the cryptids plan to stay here?
Until they find the Chupacabra.
If that's true, they'll never get to go home.
I heard they plan to stay until the drying.
What's that?
Santa was just telling them about the drying, and they seemed really interested. They said they didn't want to leave until they'd seen it. So what is this drying?
I would have thought that the tourism board was involved. The water's drained from Sakura Pond.
All of it? I guess you didn't know it's actually a reservoir. So if you open the gates...
That's right. They stopped using it for irrigation a long time ago, so it hasn't been dried like that for several decades now. Maybe not for about 70 years, I'd guess.
Not for 70 years?
The number of black bass have been increasing, and that damages the ecosystem, so this is a common way of addressing that.
It's supposed to happen tomorrow, isn't it? The opening of the gates, I mean? And once they've been opened, it should take about 2 weeks to dry, depending on the weather.
Hey! What's everyone talking about?
We've just been discussing the drying tomorrow.
Yes, the drying. Yeah, that's tomorrow, huh?
What if we find something besides black bass hanging out at the bottom of the pond?
Like the Mastodon?
Oh, I almost forgot. Where there's a drying, there's overnight dried squid. I love how everybody's really getting into the spirit of this thing. Overnight dried squid. Squiddly diddly doo.
You know, it's our first drying, and I officially can't wait. Me neither.
All right, but it takes 2 weeks for it to completely dry up. That's going to take a while.
It would have been great if they had coordinated with us on this, so we could bring in some people.
This is so weird. It's not every day you get to see Sakura Pond emptied out, is it?
Why hasn't it been done?
Mr. Katatai isn't really keen on it, at least from what I've heard.
That's right. Normally I wouldn't be surprised if he figured out a way to plant chupacabra bones at the bottom of the pond, but...
Shh, he'll hear you.
The most common thing that upsets nearly every single foreign tourist who comes to Japan is the food. Here's the answer. I present the Ornament Mark 1. With this incredible device, anyone can use chopsticks with ease. That's not all. It excels at picking up things that are normally hard to get a hold of.
Oh, that's neat. Richon? What happened?
Lucia needs our help right away.
Lucia? You mean the girl here with the cryptids?
She has a problem. A few more of her friends are coming to town to see the drying, so she's hoping you'll help them find a place to stay.
I'm amazed the drying has turned into this big of a draw.
The Chupacabra lives in water, so they think they may find a clue.
The Chupacabra lives in the water?
There's a long-standing theory that kappa are actually Chupacabra.
What's it based on?
Look, can we agree that any theory that raises interest in Monoyama is a good one?
Okay, that's fair. Who knows? This might even end up leading to Monoyama being recognized worldwide.
When do the other members arrive?
3 days.
That's not much time, but we'll do what we can.
Is something wrong, Yoshino?
I don't know. I was just wondering whether this is what the people of Monoyama actually want.
Meaning, is it good for rural rejuvenation?
I just don't want to repeat the same mistakes we made during the founding festival.
No worries, listen up. They've come all this way to explore Monoyama, so let's not overthink it. Of course we should help them. Yeah, you're right. Not just for the town, but as their Japanese hosts.
Plus, the lack of lodging in this town is going to present itself as a problem over and over until we address it.
Where have the cryptids been staying so far? Or is this something I don't want to know?
They're staying in one of the empty houses that an owner has registered on a B&B site.
As it happens, that's the only property in Monoyama that's been properly registered so far.
All right, let's check out some of the other vacant houses and try to find owners who will let people stay.
I'm afraid we can't.
Why? What do you mean?
Even if you do find one, you still have to apply for an operating permit and receive approval, and that's going to take you a month at least.
Are you kidding?
Can't you just put them up in a regular inn or hotel? They've got places one town over in Tomikura.
They said they'd really prefer to stay in an old-style house.
Picky, aren't they?
We should be happy they like it here. It's a lot better than the alternative.
What if you didn't take any money for the rent?
Genius! If it's free, then the hospitality industry laws don't apply.
We have the old list we made of empty homes.
We can hit them up one at a time.
So this is the one you found, huh?
Yep, it wasn't that hard. We're going to go clean it up right now.
Exactly. Please, put this in the entryway. Why a gold shachihoko? It's for the feng shui.
This house is impressive.
Even if we have to clean it, letting them stay for free was very generous.
Well, they were probably just maintaining it, so maybe they're happy that it gets to be used somehow.
If this goes well, the owner said they'll think seriously about applying for registration as an official B&B. Okay, let's show them how well we can clean up and get this place under control.
Lucia? ¿Cómo estás, Ririko? I will help. Okay, yes?
What's on your mind? Thought you gave up on that dream a long time ago. It must have fallen apart by now.
It's always there in my mind, though.
Good work, guys. We did great.
Yeah,
Thank you.
good job, ladies.
Wow.
¡Qué bonito! Mira, mira, tienen un espantapájaros. Look, Ririko. This is Wenbu Lake in Tibet. Sharipovo Village in Russia. Store River in England. Oh, look! This is Africa. I took some pictures with Mandinka people from Senegal.
Kata-san Doku.
Wonder what they're pondering over.
Grandma,
What is it?
have you ever had a moment when you felt like you wanted to leave Manoyama?
I've never even thought about it. Why are you asking me this right now?
I guess because I've never thought about it either.
Hola, ¿qué tal ha ido todo?
Yoshi, did you notice their shirts? Oh, they actually went and had them fixed. I think the people in town will be a bit relieved.
Y cuenta que está en el lago.
Shall we live there together? In the big empty casa of my corazon?
Perdón?
Por favor, tu por mí.
Perdón?
What the hell? Are you proposing to her? Shut up! You should talk. What the hell is that?
Don't look at my mouth. It's him, all right? I'm gonna head home. I'll leave the rest of it to you.
See you later, Mr. Kata.
Yes.
Oh, hey, by the way, Doku, I saw you and Mr. Kata standing on the path by the pond.
So?
You both seemed like you were in kind of a reverie. What were you talking about?
Oh, just two old fools trading ghost stories.
No! This is bad. Oh, jeez, this is bad.
¿Cuántos más en su grupo? ¡Hey! ¡Oigan todos! ¡Ya llegó!
¡Todos a sus puestos!
¡Sí, señor! ¡Venga! ¡Vamos!
Where are they going?
No way. Could it really be the water-dwelling chupacabra?
No! It's Sushimatsu!
He's drowning? Let's save him!
Out of the way! Look me more!
No, leave it to me. I've got this covered.
We need an ambulance at Sakura Pond right away!
I'm so sorry. He'd really put you girls through a whole lot of trouble.
It's fine. We're just so glad he's okay. I wonder what could have happened to make him jump in the pond at night.
Hard to say.
Maybe he was planting chupacabra bones or something.
then he would have at least worn a bathing suit. I mean, even Mr. Kadota isn't stupid enough to jump purposely into the pond with all his clothes on.
Well, then perhaps something inside the pond pulled him down into it.
Don't say that.
Just two old fools trading ghost stories.
Ghost stories.
Have you ever had a moment when you felt like you wanted to leave Monoyama?
What would someone call about this late?
What the heck was that? Did something explode? Wait, it might be dangerous. Over there! Mr. Kadota!
Did he escape from the hospital?
Mr. Kadota, are you okay? He's burning up. Sane, go bring the car around. Okay.
I'm not running away. Not.
Running away?
What? He was in the hospital?
Yeah, he almost drowned in Sakura Pond last night. And after he was admitted, he apparently ran out into the rain and caught pneumonia. The whole thing's a mess, but I think he's gonna be okay.
What the hell was he doing?
Don't know, but I guess that means I should go ahead and cancel his plans today.
What do you think this is?
Okay, wait a sec. Was he trying to use his car to drag something up out of the pond? What was it? Richan, you will never believe what happened last night.
I've seen an incredible photo. When I got home last night, my grandma was looking at this.
Is that Mr. Kadota?
And Doku?
And that's Grandma.
So those three used to be in a band together back in the day? What'd she say about it?
I haven't asked. I can't ask.
Yeah, what are you even scared asking about this?
Just two old fools trading ghost stories.
Let's go visit with Doku. I bet you he'll tell us all about it.
This sure does bring back memories. So you found Chitose looking at this alone?
Yes.
It's true, we were in a band together 50 years ago. Ushimatsu on guitar, I was on drums, and Chitose played bass. We called ourselves the Garage Band.
Wow, those lyrics are very creative, aren't they?
Ushimatsu gets that credit.
No surprise there.
Chitose wrote the music. A boy and a girl singing together was pretty rare at the time.
Grandma's really singing.
She's got a nice voice.
This was the Garage Band's very biggest number. Those roses are blooming. Good times. But screaming like this in Monoyama 50 years ago didn't turn too many heads our way. We were young. We thought if we went to Tokyo, it'd work out somehow. It was all Chitose's idea. She said that since I was heading off to college in Tokyo, we should all go and keep our band together. But she was the only daughter of a confectionery owner, and Ushimatsu would inherit his dad's farm. Their parents were never going to let them go. We were ready to run away from home, to leave Monoyama for Tokyo and never return. We planned to go through with it on the night of a festival. We'd leave by train while everyone was distracted, and then it would be so long Monoyama.
Beef still ain't here?
I don't get it. Do you think he chickened out at the last minute?
We waited for him, but in the end, Ushimatsu never showed.
Why didn't he?
Oh, who knows? But while we were waiting on the platform, Ushimatsu was off someplace else.
What is he doing? That's Kadata's bonehead son.
Going to curse him! Walk down from there! Get down, kid! Are you listening? Hey, you're giving us bad luck! Hey! Bastards! Let go!
This is a picture that somebody took that day.
He looks totally out of control. Well, that sure hasn't changed much for him, has it?
It was because of that incident that the festival was never to be held again. I went to Tokyo alone, so the band officially broke up. Ushimatsu and Shitose have been at odds ever since.
Yeah, this actually explains a lot. If you're the reason a festival cancels, you're practically a war criminal.
I'm surprised he was able to keep living here after that.
It wasn't as bad as you think. It's not like that festival was all that popular. People probably thought its time had come anyway.
What happened to the float and the guitar?
They never pulled it up. They just left it in there. I would have thought after 50 years it would have all fallen apart.
So we think Mr. Kadata noticed something and tried to pull it up?
He was probably trying to get rid of whatever it was so he wouldn't have to live through the embarrassment again.
I wonder what made Mr. Kadata try to perform on top of the shrine float anyway.
He was probably afraid of going to Tokyo, and then he just went a little crazy.
I never would have thought our cranky boss was the type to try and leave home when he was young.
I'm more surprised by your granny.
Hidden depths of coolness.
Chitose? Huh? We can't seem to stop causing you problems, can we? I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, I guess that's true. But you know, I believe Ushimatsu still feels guilty about what happened between the two of you 50 years ago. I've wondered, what on earth could ever have made you want to marry that guy? Well, what on earth could have possibly made you want to be in a band with him? In the beginning, I was fully convinced that he was tough as nails, a real rocker. Well, if the truth be known, he still is. Would you like some manju? Thank you, yes.
The Cryptid 12's Encyclopedia of UMA. May I present file number 1, the Mothman. It's slow on its feet, but flies at a land speed of 160 kilometers an hour. Okay, show us how you fly.
It is only pretend.
Hola, Ririko!
Hola. This looks like fun.
Seems like more people around than usual.
I think people heard the Mr. Karuta rumors and came to watch the drying. They want to check out what's down there.
I still can't see anything.
The part that was sticking out of the surface yesterday broke off when Mr. Karuta tried to pull it away. I bet we'll be able to get a good look once the water level goes down more.
I'm kind of looking forward to it now. I wonder what that festival was like. 50 years sure is a long time.
Well, that's about what I'd expect from the Downtown Summer Festival, don't you think?
It's not frustrating for you, Poison?
Feels like the world is going through all these massive changes. And yet, here we are, trapped in this little town with no visible way out.
How are you all okay with this? You're stuck in your stupid old ways. How can you just sit around laughing like idiots? What the hell are you doing? Don't you want to do something interesting for once? You're living tiny lives in the middle of nowhere, all just waiting around to die. What? What are you laughing at?
You're getting a little heated there, Beef.
Yeah, of course I am. It's summer, right? Huh?
Tokyo.
Tokyo?
Right. Poison said he's taking an exam for a college there. And if he passes, I think we should go with him.
You mean to college?
Oh, hell no. Not for college, for the band. We'll go to Tokyo and give everyone chills with our totally original sound.
Huh? But what about your family?
Oh, I'm not going to tell them. They'd only try to stop me. But it's going to be okay. I don't care if they disown me. Besides, even if they do, I know you'll stick with me, won't you?
Yeah.
Hey, there you are, son. Look, this year's Kabota turned out pretty great. Come here, have one. What do you think? They're pretty tasty, huh?
Sure.
I guess all this farm can hope for is that they'll turn out this good next year, too, right? What's wrong?
Nothing, Dad.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. I'll go ahead and fax over the application for the food stall now. So fill out all the required lines for me, then send it back in as soon as you can.
It's early and we've already had so many calls.
I know, right? So many people are showing up for the drawing. It kind of makes me wish we could have planned an event for it from the beginning.
I think we should do something at the palace.
Agreed. We're working on an expansion of the market. They're at it right now, actually. Sanae and Maki. Oh, here's the application.
What about the Queen?
She's doing some research right now with the UMA minister. Maybe this is it. Mizuchi Festival.
The Mizuchi is actually a water god. It also means water orochi.
Orochi? Like a dragon? Wait a second. You mean like the dragon in the Monoyama folktale?
A long time before they made Sakura Pond, there was a small pond and a shrine, and that's where Monoyama's dragon was enshrined.
The origin of the Mizuchi Festival is not certain, but after Sakura Pond was built, and the shrine had to be moved, the festival was changed to be conducted on the water's surface, which became tradition. They loaded up the shrine on a float and crossed the pond, so that's where Mr. Karuta climbed up.
That festival had been held for a long time then, huh? Sakura Pond was created around 100 years ago, which means it continued for about another 50 years until Mr. Karuta did what he did. This is my stepmom's. It's an album from back then. It even has some nice pictures of the festival. Good photographer. Her ex-father-in-law.
So your stepmom's previous father-in-law?
It's better not to ask.
It's a festival, but hardly anyone's there.
I guess that explains why nobody got upset when it was canceled. Doku did say that it wasn't very popular among the residents.
Ushimatsu. Hey, aren't you going to the festival?
I don't know, maybe. What about you, Dad?
No, not this year. I'll just leave it to you young folks. Back ain't what it used to be.
Is this the only way? Do you have to go to Tokyo? Is Monoyama really no good?
Sorry, we're closing up for the day.
What am I... Damn it! I'm not running away. I refuse to run away. I'll fight. I won't run. I won't. I'm not gonna run off to Tokyo. I'm staying here. I'm gonna wake them all up. Wake up those fools. Wake up this whole damn town!
Mr. Karuta, thank goodness. It's great to see you waking up.
Oh, yeah.
Good news. Mr. Karata's awake.
Oh, really? I was kinda hoping he'd kick the bucket. That's too bad.
Dogu told us what happened 50 years ago. Your singing was very cool, Grandma.
I think I vaguely remember that.
He also told us you thought about leaving Monoyama.
That's all in the past and it's forgotten. Ririko, I want you to listen to me. Whatever you might be thinking right now, whatever dreams you might have for yourself, when you get old, you forget about them. You stop caring one way or the other. That's why, granddaughter. Before that happens to you, you should get out there, and you should do whatever you want to do. So that's the famous shrine float.
It's not surprising that it's lost its original shape.
You'd never know what it was unless someone told you.
I wonder if that thing is a guitar.
What thing? I can't tell at all.
This is nice, huh? Nobody announced it or anything. The people just kind of showed up, and they're all having fun.
I'm sure the pond has seen some interesting things.
A place where people gather. A place everyone returns to.
You know what I'm thinking? It must have been a day not unlike this one when someone first suggested they hold a festival.
Hey guys, what would you think about possibly reviving the festival? I'd love that. Now that they're leaving, it's actually kind of hard to say goodbye.
Yeah, they're headed to Kushiro and Hokkaido after this.
Or Kusi and Lake Kusharo?
How do I tell her, when you're back, the B&B in my heart will be waiting?
You should simplify and say one night love, please.
Claro.
Hey, Constanza! Give me one night, please, love.
You mind your manners.
Hasta luego.
Viajemos por todo el mundo juntas.
So, Queen, tell me. They found some stuff at the bottom of the pond, didn't they?
Yeah, there was a bunch of things down there, but the maintenance workers were sure to take it all away.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, I've got something to ask you. Would you like to revive the festival? The Mizuchi Festival from 50 years ago? We could bring it back.
Nobody in town wants that. It would be a huge waste of time.
I don't think that's true. You should have seen them at the drying. Everyone was having a great time. It felt like a festival. It was so lovely. And I think it'd be really nice if they had a place to gather like that here in Manoyama. And perhaps most importantly, I heard you.
Huh?
You were talking in your sleep. I'm gonna wake them up. Wake up this whole damn town.
Do whatever you want.
Revive the Mizuchi Festival? That's crazy. We'd have to find backers and start setting up meetings. We'd need help from...
Here we go. He's the one who wrote this book.
Cultural anthropology? Oh, this was once my textbook for a college course. What a small world.
Wow. And he lives in Manoyama?
He lives by himself in Warabiya village out in the mountains, but he's quite an eccentric old man.
I'm intrigued. Should we go? Warabiya is pretty deep in the mountains, you know.
It's my first time out this far.
It must be hard living in a place like this.
Yeah, makes you wonder where they go shopping. Excuse me, Mr. Suzuhara? Are you at home, sir? Maybe he's out. That was scary.
Well, well, look at that. 5 sneaky Tanakis at my door. Can I help you?
Just to be clear, did he call us Tanakis?
Yes. Yes, he did.
I have a feeling he might know a lot about the past, though.
Cultural anthropology. It involves taking up residence in the region being researched and observing its culture and society over a long period of time.
Exactly. Rather than tracing back to the past, this field focuses solely on knowing the present. Anybody care for a drink?
We're all fine. Thanks, though.
That was a joke. This stuff would be wasted on Tanakis. I'm hosting the Queen and her ministers, am I?
Oh, you've heard of us then?
I saw you on Moving Mountains, playing at your little rural revival games.
What do you mean by games? We take our work very seriously. Hey, it's okay, Shiori.
And you're here to ask about the festival that ended 50 years ago, huh?
Yes, sir. The 5 of us are committed to trying to bring it back.
That's interesting. Unfortunately, I only moved to Manoyama 20 years ago. What are you aiming to accomplish by reviving it, anyhow? Remember, it didn't end on its own. The fact it ended means no one cared about it. Don't you agree?
No, I actually don't. I think the people really need it. They need a place to return to, a place to gather.
Come on, let's go. It seems to me like this professor doesn't know anything.
I never said I didn't know.
Huh?
I've heard rumors in the village over the years. Apparently one of the treasures is held in the storehouse of a certain traditional home.
If he knew, he should have just told us from the start. I really can't stand people like that. He reminds me of someone.
What are we gonna do? There are so many storehouses around here. We're just gonna have to check at each one. Sane!
I think I'll play a little game with those Tanakis.
Hey, isn't that Takamizawa? Huh?
Yeah, I tried talking to my company about it several times.
You do understand what you're doing, taking away our freedom like this.
And what about those of us who live alone?
I had thought you understood and were on our side about this, Takamizawa. I'm disappointed.
Come on, please don't say that, Kyo.
I wonder what's up. From what I've heard, this area is about to be removed from the current bus route. People are upset. Oh, wow.
Please forgive the mess. I haven't given the storehouse a proper cleaning for years. Oh, and if you see any naughty mags, just pretend you didn't.
Masa, what is that, a tablet?
Oh, this thing? Someone from the city offices left it here a little while back. I have no clue how to use it, but it's pretty helpful for nighttime bathroom trips. Oops, the batteries.
Someone just touched my butt!
It wasn't me.
Me neither.
Hide. Hello, sir.
Thanks so much for letting us look through your storehouse.
Sure thing. Did you find what you needed?
I'm afraid not.
That's too bad. I'm sorry that I couldn't be more help.
Not at all. We appreciate it.
Are you fixing one of your tools? You still enjoy work, don't you?
Oh, no. I've been retired for quite some time now. I'm just keeping up the routine at this point. It can be a hard habit to break, you know. I made my living this way for decades.
Of course, makes sense.
Oh, good. It's time for lunch.
So you use the...
It's very useful. It works as a timer and as a weight.
Yep, they're useful, all right. I'm a hungry girl. Oh, hey, Takamizawa.
Hey.
Lunch A, tonkatsu. Lunch B, hot somen. I'll go with A.
Same here.
I'll take B, please.
B for me, too. Curry.
Okay. Takamizawa.
Huh?
We saw you the other day. That looked rough.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. There's nothing I can do about it anyway.
I understand. But what happens if those stops are taken off the route? I think in cases like this, they usually replace it with a subsidized community bus, so things won't actually change much then.
Well, the local government isn't exactly rich. Running just one bus for a year costs over 10 million yen.
That much?
We only get about 10 riders a day from Watabiya Village. Not that they don't matter, because they do, but the buses aren't the only problem here. I mean, there's no hope of the town growing at this point. They just have to make sure to live within their means from here on out.
That sounds so harsh.
You guys only talk about boring stuff. That's why I want to get out of this stupid little town.
Damn, I thought I might die there. Oh, so, what do you want with me anyway?
You just keep hanging on, huh?
You show up out of nowhere and greet me like that?
Ah! I won't be back. Hurry up and die already.
What the hell?
This bus thing's a total catastrophe.
If I start using taxis now, I'm going to be broke in no time.
We'll worry about that later. Those of us who can drive will be flexible and help each other out. Masa, you can barely see at night. You shouldn't be driving at all. I still seem to have a sixth sense for butts, though.
They were standing around by the door, so I brought them in. Is that okay, Professor?
Of course. Everyone, the Queen is here.
Thanks very much. It's nice to meet you all.
Ah, I saw you on TV once. That other girl's from the Odin Detective.
Kids these days are remarkable. The one with the glasses is my type of lady. Talk about a caboose.
It was, you old bastard.
So, what brings you all here today?
Well, I don't look the part, but I am the Queen. So I thought I should learn more about how different people live here.
Interesting. As I assume you're well aware, the bus will stop coming around here before much longer. We want to stop that from happening. What do you think? We want to hear young people's thoughts. You first, Ms. Koharu.
If they drive slow and focus on efficiency...
That's an F. A truly pointless effort. Next, Ms. Shinomiya.
Increase fare so that they don't operate at a loss, I guess?
Fail. Any and all fare changes require approval from the government. Next, Ms. Midorikawa.
Make the buses smaller.
That's a C-. We still can't reduce people's salaries. So what do we do, Ms. Oribe?
Wait until self-driving cars have finally become popular.
That's an F. We obviously won't be alive when that happens. Last one, Ms. Kozuki.
This affects the whole country. The decreasing population problem isn't limited to our town. With that in mind, towns with dwindling populations should try to move their citizens to more central areas. Compact communities can be reconstructed in urban zones. If you do that, I believe the transportation problem should be resolved.
Big fail. These people worked hard up until their retirement and paid their taxes. This is their rightful home. They should be able to live here as long as they want.
That's right, we should.
I don't want to move at this age.
Ms. Kozuki, when you break up an older community such as ours, what you're really doing is breaking up that region's culture. Your urban life left you ignorant of the situation in the country. I say that even though I'm from Tokyo myself.
Really?
I moved here from the city, too. I had no direct connection to Manoyama. All right, just one more question. What was it that made you choose to come here? On that TV program, it seemed a little like you didn't much care where you went.
That's not really...
Don't worry. It's fine. Believe me, I didn't have any special feelings for this place either. However, over the years, I put down roots here. By the way, how's your treasure hunt coming along?
Going okay. We've been trying to hit up every place with a storehouse, but there sure are a lot of them. Unless we find a way to get help from others, there'll be no end.
That's the kind of thing your generation is good at. Ms. Kozuki.
Yes?
What are you the minister of? Time you made use of your weapons.
That was a complete waste of a trip.
Except, what the professor said was totally true. I'm the queen here now, but I know next to nothing about this town.
Make use of my weapons, huh? Hey, what's the deal with those tablets that the city workers left with some of them? What was that?
Oh, the municipal government recently handed those out to seniors living alone. The idea was that they could get health checkups while they were at home. I'm not sure they're actually being used that way, though.
But that means the groundwork is already there.
Ooh, do you have an idea?
Don't you think the town where the seniors are internet savvy could be a cool thing? Then we'd be able to use the internet to ask them about the lost festival treasures, too.
Sounds great, yeah!
We can call it the plan to teach Monoyaman seniors social media and gather the missing festival treasures.
Concise.
We'll call it the Mono S Plan for short.
Oh no, I touched the wrong thing again.
This is where you switch to hiragana, and this is where you convert it to kanji. Then you just tap right here, see?
Oh, that's actually pretty easy, isn't it?
So this one is for pictures?
Yeah, that's right. And this is for video.
If you press here, you can go back.
Oh, you're right. Thanks, young lady.
I want to know more about butts.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Masa, come on, what are you doing?
You got butts in there?
I don't think I'm ready for that kind of relationship.
Oh my god.
It reads like this, see? Okay, now you're registered. You can send each other messages whenever you want.
Wow, learning from a pretty young lady sure did make this easier.
Everyone, if you've got any friends that couldn't make it here today, please ask them about the festival treasures if you would.
Okay. All right. Did you get a shot of that one?
Yep, it's perfect.
You're in a little bit of trouble then, aren't you?
I don't know who this guy is, but he's surprisingly good.
Now bishop to king, and that's checkmate.
Adios, Lucia. I hope you find the mastodon.
Gracias, amiga. See you again. That's so cool. You became really good friends with the cryptids, huh, Richan? Monoyama's network keeps getting bigger and bigger.
You know, seniors generally tend to stick together, too. But by reinforcing their communication via the web, the seniors will feel less isolated. The Mono S plan has some unexpected benefits.
And before long, the buses will all be driving themselves.
The professor said it'll take another couple decades, but it's possible now, technologically speaking. If it's a legal issue, they could make Monoyama an exception, right?
That would solve the problem for people who shouldn't be driving.
Thanks.
Oh, lost your appetite?
I just feel kind of full.
Once the self-driving cars make it here, you'll be out of a job, huh?
What do you know about it anyway, little girl? Buses are not that simple. They aren't the same as a car at all. Some things just require a human touch.
What are you talking about? Your whole life's on rails. You go round and around the same route every single day.
No, buses don't go on rails, you fool. They move around freely like me, so there.
Why are you so pissed, loser?
The loser here is you.
Go run on home to crappy Zella.
Shut up, Flathead.
That's it. You're banned from now on.
Fine.
I have a feeling we might have touched a sore spot for Takamizawa. Yeah, I think we did.
Hello. I'm Ono no Komachi.
I got it.
Got it. Huh? Turning your voice into writing. It seems like magic.
And to think our generation used rotary phones.
Now, if you want to, you can have your community meetups without ever leaving home.
Thank you all so much for your help with this.
Oh, yes, many thanks.
No, it's our pleasure.
It sure would be nice to see the other person's face while we talk.
Don't lie. What you actually want to see is their butts.
Damn straight.
See their face.
That was it.
Mr. Konotawa released from the hospital?
That's right. I'm back. Oh, Minister of IT, I heard you're treasure hunting on the internet.
Yes, we are, but we also want more active participation from seniors, so we're thinking of making an informational web series.
Sounds like fun. You can use my place if you want. I got a camera.
Really, Ken? Thank you. That would be so perfect.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining. This is the new Monoyama channel, the source
for all your local info.
For our viewers at home, if you connect, you'll show up on a little screen, so don't be afraid to join in the conversation.
That's right. Don't be shy.
Hey, can you see me?
Oh, we've already got one.
Hello, Masa. We can see you.
Looking sexy as always, Sanae.
Masa, come on now. You dirty old pervert.
That's me. Oh, that's right. Hey, Gen, how did Mahjong end up? You won't believe it. Ushimatsu ended up taking it all his very first time back. What? That crazy bum?
What the heck are they doing?
It doesn't matter. It's okay. Yeah, it's not like we're trying to get the whole world to watch or anything. It's just a community for the people of Monoyama to come together.
This afternoon, we'll be broadcasting live from Michio's house.
Feel free to use your time however you want, Michio.
Michio? Huh? Uh-oh. Looks like she hasn't noticed yet.
What is happening?
Those seniors are surprisingly active.
You mean the Monoyama channel thing?
Yeah, check this guy out.
I make cabinets just for fun, and I'm better at it than these young kids.
He makes cabinets for fun.
Man, I feel lazy.
And look, there's a bulletin board here, too. There's this one old guy who blew my mind with how much he knows about 60s jazz. I can't believe I found someone to talk about that with in Monoyama.
So you've been going to visit him lately?
Yeah, it's cool. He lives way out in the mountains, so we can play records as loud as we want, and no one complains. And he's got this super cool old amp. This town's not bad. Who'd have thought?
Huh. That's crazy. These old guys have gotten pretty good with the web.
How's the group chat going? So far, so good. Great. I bet we'll learn something about the festival treasures soon. Is there anything new in the question section?
Well, we seem to be getting the same question over and over, actually. I wonder why.
Those are some dirty old guys. So what about you?
People aren't getting along very well on the boards.
Huh? Maybe we should have made them use their real names.
And it seems like more of them are becoming shut-ins now.
Huh?
Some of them are commenting all day long.
Whoa, seriously?
I guess it's better than having nothing to do, right?
Let's just keep an eye on them. Where's Yoshino?
The professor called her, so she went over to see him.
The professor? Well, what is it?
A fight is breaking out.
I'm coming over to kick your ass, Goro.
Hmm? Wait, this is an actual threat. Who the hell wrote that? We better get over to Goro's place right now.
You fat young punk. I should have known it was you threatening me.
You're imagining things. Where's your proof, you skinny
Will you stop it, you two? You're both well over 80 years old.
This guy is constantly making fun of me, making sneaky remarks online.
I'd say it to your face. When would I have taken that picture anyway?
Look at Shige's tiny little cucumbers. They're cracking me up.
Okay, we got it. Now let's calm down, please. We're going to start making everyone use their real names from now on.
Are you serious? Yeah, okay. I'll head right back.
Thanks to you and your friends, my friends and I have actually learned quite a bit. Thank you for that.
Well, looks like we've created some problems, too.
At the dawn of the internet, it was different. People had to register to use it, so they were more courteous. Then screen names were introduced, encouraging lawlessness. Next came flat-rate plans, creating shut-ins. History has a way of repeating itself, huh?
I don't know that it's anything to laugh about. And remember, you were the one who encouraged Sae to do this in the first place.
Well, I suppose the time is right. Miss Koharu, I'm terribly sorry, but I'm going to have to take you hostage.
What now?
3 cases of beer and some snacks. And if possible, a single malt whiskey, which I'll pay for.
He's actually making demands.
Giving them some beer isn't that big a deal, right?
I'm not sure that's the problem here.
Look, we're getting some comments.
Yoshi doesn't seem to care about giving a bad impression.
That was a pretty mean thing to say, Shiori.
Hey everyone, the tea is ready.
She seems right at home, doesn't she?
Anyhow, we've got to do something before it gets negative attention.
Okay. Oh, I think I've forgotten my meds.
Well, go get him. We're not in any big rush. All right, we'll go ahead to Shige's then. Okay, we'll see you later, right, Fair Queen?
Roger that. Nobody's gonna take away our bus route.
I think that about does it.
We really appreciate it, Queen.
This should hold us over for a while.
You're a very hardworking hostage, aren't you?
Not at all. But hey, what exactly do we do from this point on?
We're committing treason, but we're not going to do anything illegal, though. Well, not for now, anyway.
Cheers! I'm sorry about earlier today. Didn't mean what I said.
Nah, I was being childish. I've got some good fertilizer for you, buddy.
Come on, Queen, have a little bit more.
Thanks, yeah, I'll have more. But Professor, are you sure this is the best way?
Nobody would ever pay any attention to us if all we chose to do was pound and whine over our lot.
That's a problem.
People are drawn to drama.
Seems like you're always up to something, Masa. The girl with the glasses is totally
my type.
Excuse me. Maki!
I come to you bearing gifts of beer and snacks.
Thanks, Maki. Everyone, the beer and stuff is here. Was the store open?
Hey, listen, have you really thought this through? Sanae was pretty upset.
It's got nothing to do with the tourism board, though. I'm staying up here completely of my own free will. I just really want to stand with them and help them out.
Cool, I get that.
Hey, it's the Odin detective.
Oh, yes it is.
Hey, come and drink with us, huh?
Sorry, I can't. I'm driving.
You could always just spend the night.
Come on, how about it? We just opened a bottle, but of course it might be wasted on tonicies.
It kind of looks like our hunter has become the prey, doesn't it? This is perfect.
I'm leaving a change of clothes here for you.
Okay, thank you so much. What was that?
It's okay, don't worry. Just had to scare off a disgusting ape, that's all.
Ririko, you're going to Watabia Village, aren't you?
Yes, I'm the cameraman.
I like that old professor out there. He has guts. You take him this gift from the Board of Merchants, okay?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hey.
Morning, Shiori. So how is our fair queen today? Yeah, seriously, what is she doing anyway?
I'm so sorry. I know she's making the kingdom of Chupacabra look really bad.
There's opportunity in crisis. We'll just flip it, and the Queen's name will be known across the whole country. Here you go. Give this to the professor.
Last stop, ladies and gents. Watabia. What in the hell?
The Republic of Watabia?
Hey, you guys. You know what's going on with all this?
Kinda.
Come on now, Professor. You know I can't have this. Blocking the street, it's not safe.
Canada, you and I both know cars hardly ever use it, and we're not really blocking anything.
Oh, it's the delivery. If the sensor detects an approaching car, it'll automatically move us off to the side.
You're a pain in the ass.
We just wanted to declare our withdrawal from the kingdom of Chupacabra. Simple as that. I don't think we're bothering anyone out here, do you?
You may say that, but actually...
What is even the point anymore?
I give up.
Hi, everyone.
gift from the outside from Mr. Karuta.
I'm going to be your cameraman. Also, this is from the Board of Merchants.
Ooh, thank you.
All right, I'm heading back for a bit. Yoshino, are we good?
Yeah, of course. Sorry about yesterday. I was actually about to go mushroom gathering with the ladies. Any of you girls want to come? Totally.
It's my job, so...
I think I might want to head back together.
Would you like some tea, Mr. Kindaichi?
No, I can't. I'm on duty.
You're just as uptight as ever, aren't you?
Only pick the mushrooms we showed you, okay?
Right. There were a whole bunch of them. Wow, that's awesome, Yoshi.
Oh, those are skiyotake. If you eat one of those, you'll turn ugly and die.
What? But they look exactly the same. I wonder how they tell the difference.
We can get just about everything we need from the internet now. Withstanding a siege isn't as hard as one might think.
But you know you can't do it forever. Professor, how long are you planning for this to continue? What's your endgame? What's the goal you're working towards?
I'm doing this to make the people of Manoyama aware of this problem. And look, our supporters are increasing.
I guess. Still, I just wonder if you're actually going to solve anything.
I can understand that. But this village will disappear eventually. I just wanted to be able to document a bit of their culture before that happens.
Today I'm going to show you folks how to prepare warabiya soba. The most important ingredient for this is water. You can't make a good soba without good water. Always remember that, friends.
Look for yourself. Aren't these the most massive daikon you've ever seen? Why are they so huge, you may ask? Because we've got the best manure.
You see, it's happening. They're already beginning to use the internet to pass them along, the traces of their lives.
A digital archive?
Yes, exactly.
Hey, what are you guys doing with those?
We're making a snow barrier. We build barriers around our houses now, before the snow piles up, to protect our windows.
Oh, wow. It must be hard if you have to build one for each house. It is, but that's why they all work together out here.
When you live in the snow, everyone helps each other out.
This machine is amazing. I feel like it's taken about 50 years off.
I've made some improvements, but do you recognize the Hercules Mark III?
Will this get me into the big leagues, I wonder?
Thanks to all of you, the culture and customs of Warabiya will spread. They'll be passed on rather than forgotten. I'll rescind our declaration of withdrawal from Chupacabra when the timing is right. Don't worry about that.
It's hard to believe that was actually your goal. You're saying you knew it wasn't going to happen from the start?
No. Guess I still have some small amount of hope for us. Hope that one day Manoyama might change for the better. I'll ask you again, and be honest. Why did you choose to come to Manoyama? You made the decision to move here on your own. So now that you're here, what's the next step on your journey?
To tell you the truth, I don't know yet.
You okay, Michio?
Oh, sure. It happens all the time. I'm sorry to put you out like this.
You're not. The hospital's just up ahead of us now.
I can still handle most things these days, but driving is too much.
Hey, last bus is in 5 minutes. You can wait inside for it if you want to.
Isn't there anything we can do? I mean, about the bus route problem. Believe me, I understand that none of this is easy. But there's a way. I know for a fact that we can figure this out. You know? Like if everyone would work together, I know we could come up with something.
I'm afraid some things are just the way they are, Queen.
What about the professor? He's over 80 years old and he hasn't given up yet.
The old man's just throwing a fit.
No, he's not. He knew they had run out of options. Takamizawa, do you love this town? Do you really care?
What?
Are you okay with all of this? You think everything's fine the way it is?
No, of course I don't. I spend my life sitting right there in that seat, watching this town day after day, for over 15 years now. One day, the florist goes out of business. The next, an empty house is crushed by snow. Then the elementary school shuts down. You really think it's possible for a person to feel nothing, watching their hometown crumble around them?
I'm sorry. That was really presumptuous of me. I can see I was out of line.
It's time. You coming? There's room for you.
I'm heading back.
So, now all the older folks know how to use the internet, huh?
Huh?
Think you could help me? As Minister of IT and all?
You know, it's so funny. I had something I wanted to talk to you about, too.
I guess it's okay to stray from the route sometimes.
Now, this here is a hanging turtle lantern. You'll find every house here in Warabiya has one. Look it. You see what I mean? They're to make sure nothing out of the ordinary is happening at our neighbors' houses. If the lantern's not lit, then it means something might have happened, so we should go and check on them.
It's a simple way to tell if someone's safe.
I see. File it under special local knowledge.
You can't survive out here in the cold unless you help each other out.
If you think about it, it's just like shoveling snow.
Yes, looking out for others is looking out for yourself, isn't it? You see, Queen, I was interested in the thought processes and knowledge of people living in snowy areas. That's why I moved here.
But wait, what happened to the person that used to live here?
Oh, they moved to a senior home in the same town where their son lives. The professor was about to retire around then, so he bought up the entire property.
So it worked out well.
Okay, I think it's time to eat.
We're back! Sana, I've got a list of districts from the Board of Tourism. So we pick out the addresses from the districts one at a time, right? Just leave it to us.
Thanks, I sure will.
Here, have another, Sandal.
Thank you for your
Gosh,
gracious
this food is
hospitality.
delicious.
It's a persimmon mushroom mayonnaise risotto topped with fava beans.
And it was made by the queen herself.
I read food in snowy areas tends to be high in salt, while mayonnaise is surprisingly very low in salt.
She's being so very considerate because she knows I have high blood pressure. She's simply a wonderful queen.
That's why you've got to take down that old loony Ushimatsu and then take over the Board of Tourism yourself.
She returns to betray her master.
Poor Oshimatsu. I think he's really trying. But if you ask me, the problem is he's still a pup.
If you become the permanent queen of Chupacabra, we'll all happily pledge our loyalty to you.
Kind of reminds me of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh, goodness, you're right. And we've even got a prince, haven't we?
No, you've all got it wrong. The true prince will arrive on a bus.
And down, up, and back, and up, and down.
Hey, there's something down below.
It's the Manayama on-demand bus. Take a flight.
What an incredible idea. Yeah, so it won't follow a regular route. It only runs when someone specifically makes a reservation.
It's a bit of a hybrid. Something between a bus and a taxi.
It's a little more expensive than a bus, but you can get a ride whenever you want. And on the business side, it's a lot more efficient than running a big bus that nobody rides. What? How has no one ever thought of this till now?
I actually did present the idea to my company once before. But then, red tape, so it didn't go through.
I bet hiring someone to take reservations drove up the cost. The solution created new problems.
That's right. But now that these seniors know how to use the internet, it's opened up lots of other options.
Then you can open up this page just like I showed you and tap the word reservation. After that, all you need to do is choose the best pickup time and your preferred location.
Oh, it's so easy. As of now, it'll be limited to Manayama. But we've already put in all the different addresses, like a car GPS. Sana put a lot of effort into developing the program. She's amazing.
We're still in the testing phase, but I got permission from my company, so go ahead and hop on board.
All right, I want to go first.
Great work.
Hang on, boss. I'm getting on too.
Your carriage has finally arrived, my queen.
Sound like a former prince you are.
Yes, former prince indeed.
I'd like to go to Sakura Pond. It's been a while. That's where my husband and I had our last date.
All right, want to take a boat ride? Ha! Can you paddle it, old man?
Didn't you throw out your back?
The on-demand bus goes door to door, so no walking to the bus stop. And it's carpool, so it's cheaper than a taxi.
It's so perfect for Manayama. You know, I'm kind of blown away by how hard you worked on this. I'm impressed.
I take real pride in my work. Without this job, I wouldn't be able to feed my family. Self-driving cars might take over one day, but I'm gonna go down kicking.
They look like they were having so much fun. Being packed in like that stokes conversation.
So do you think you've done it, Professor? Is that what you were looking for?
If I'm perfectly honest, I didn't think it would go this well. I just realized it's high time I gave you your course credits.
Wait, was this some kind of test? Oh, in that case, you better give us all A's, mister.
Well, in my opinion, a B grade will be more appropriate.
You tough old bugger.
The kingdom of Chupacabra did not forsake its people. We are proud to say that the long-held spirit of cooperation here is alive and well today. We're all very grateful. I would also like to offer my most sincere apologies to those who were inconvenienced in any way by our declaration of withdrawal. We hereby rescind it, and we're proud to be part of the kingdom of Chupacabra. And now, a word from our queen.
I'm not ready.
Come on, nothing fancy, just a little speech.
I'm really sorry for all the fuss and any trouble that was caused. However, I have to admit I love this town even more now. And thanks to everyone from the Manayama Bus Company.
Good girl. She's so great at this.
Well, I guess that wraps it up, huh? Hey, wait! What about all the festival treasures? We still haven't found them yet. Almost forgot, yeah.
There's a message on the bulletin board.
It says, one of the festival treasures lies in Sugita's storehouse. Signed, Fox. Who the heck is Sugita?
Is there any more ice left in there?
Hello, this is the Queen.
It was so sudden, huh? I hope at least he didn't suffer. I just can't stand the thought of that.
He gave his will to the notary 10 years ago, and left it all to the municipal government. I remember exactly what it says. I've prepared the funds to have any and all buildings demolished. You can keep or reuse them as you will. As to what's inside, you can do whatever you want with all of that. Very succinct. He was a pretty cool guy.
He had a really nice smile.
That's an older photo. I was able to blow it up.
It still doesn't feel real, does it? No.
Masa, I'm going to be honest. I couldn't understand a single bit of your eulogy. It was dark. I couldn't see the paper properly.
What's this?
The professor's research notebooks.
Little Curve crashed and died. He's been wandering ever since.
Come on, stop trying to scare us, Richon.
Okay, why wasn't he flying? And why would he come to this school? He's right on time.
What is that?
It's him! Blood soaked Santa! What's he carrying? Don't tell me it's a ranger scores!
We'll all be killed.
Oh no! Rest in peace, sir! Jingle bells, jingle bells! Look, it's a peeping gorilla!
Would you guys calm down? This is just my father.
Oh, I guess the lights do work.
The school might have been shut down, but it wasn't abandoned. It still got running water and electricity.
I assumed you must have checked all of that stuff earlier.
I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have called you a gorilla, Mr. Midorikawa.
Don't worry about it. He's an ape.
No, Maki, because that would make you a little ape girl, and I just can't have that. Shiori, you really gotta work on your mood lightning jokes.
Thank you so much for your help with the film shoot, Mr. Midorikawa.
The mini zombies.
Not at all. The kids love the opportunity to do something others don't get to do. So, if I may ask, what brings the Board of Tourism here tonight?
Well, we're kind of looking for something.
The Board of Education has been getting complaints from around the neighborhood lately. Kids hear these rumors about a blood-soaked Santa, so they get curious and start poking around.
What? You really think that's why we're here?
Isn't it?
What the hell are you doing wandering around here at night anyway? Mr. Elementary School Vice Principal?
This happens to be my alma mater. You think I'm happy about my beloved halls being turned into some kind of haunted house? I'm here tonight patrolling for any shenanigans.
Sir? We didn't come to snoop around out of curiosity. We actually got permission to enter the school from the Board of Education.
We're looking for a festival treasure, the Hanging Drum. The one from the Mizuchi Festival 50 years ago?
The Mizuchi Festival?
Yes, we're planning to revive it. Cool, right?
Okay, I get it. Would have been easier to come in the daytime, though. That looks less suspicious.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Let's see. I think it was here. Okay.
It's the Hanging Drum.
So, it really was here. I'm glad.
Thank you for your help.
Yeah, thanks for all the nothing.
What was that? Oh, I wasn't talking about you girls. You're fine. Hate to say it, but I don't see how this thing could be much use to you in this state.
Yeah, you're probably right. Okay, first things first. How are we gonna move it? We'll convince Mino and the others to help us out tomorrow. Great.
Hey, Yoshi. I've got some things to do tomorrow, so I won't make it. But I took care of the other thing.
Cool, thanks.
So, Maki, you sure are a chip off the old block, aren't you? Huh? Let's be real. You and your father have a lot in common. Like what? Why don't you take a chance and move back home? Your house is closer. Staying in the dorm doesn't make much sense.
But I would totally miss her if she stopped living at the dorm.
I'm trying to give her some healthy advice.
I have no intention of moving.
So stubborn.
I just don't see eye to eye with that guy.
A little more that way. Okay. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna head back now.
Okay, thank you.
We'll definitely have to get this thing repaired, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. I wonder how much it's going to cost.
If it needs a new head, it won't be cheap. A couple 100,000 yen, maybe.
What? That'll screw up our entire budget.
Well, we'll just have to manage it somehow.
Hey, Sanae's going to bring the car around this way to pick us up. Oh, okay. Whoa! What is this thing? A commemorative work for the school's 40th anniversary. Apparently, all the students and teachers, and even some of the townspeople worked on it together. It's beautiful. It really is such a shame that they're getting rid of this place.
Getting rid of it?
Yeah, it's already been settled. It's scheduled to be demolished the year after next.
Really?
Yep, it's a bummer, but maintaining it costs money, so... Oh, she's here. Come on, Yoshi.
Oh, coming. Is this too plain? Good afternoon. Are you looking for a gift today? Yeah, I guess.
Ta-da! Oh, that looks really nice.
I went ahead and put the drum in the garage for now. What's this? The Mizuchi Festival Production Board.
I asked Maki to make it for us.
Nice work, Chief Handy Woman.
Being an actor prepares you for anything, huh?
The festival has been scheduled for next April. It's already December, so we decided to start by putting a board together.
Whoa, hang on. Have you talked to the Board of Merchants and the Community Club?
Not yet. We have every intention of asking them to participate later on,
In
though.
that case, I strongly suggest that you add the word proposed in parentheses.
Proposed?
It could get a bit thorny if it sounds like it's already been decided.
That's a good point. We did get into a tiff about that before.
Thanks for the excellent advice, Mino. Hey, do you know where Mr. Karuta is?
Huh?
I just had kind of an idea. I want to walk the same route that the Shrine Float procession used to take. Mr. Karuta was around for it, so I thought he might be a good person to ask.
Yeah, he ran away, right? Well, he was the one who single-handedly forced its cancellation.
What's that? Who's running anywhere?
Oh, Mr. Karuta!
Give me that. I'll follow you to the ends of the earth.
Wow, I think this is the first time I've ever thought you were cool.
Great, thanks a lot.
You mind carrying another one while you're at it?
Oh, all right, bring it on.
Great, just hold on a second, okay? Mr. Shigaraki!
Bastards. This just feels like an updated version of putting me in the stocks.
No worries, Mr. Karuta. There's no one around, so nobody will see you in the stocks. Shiori, I've totally got deja vu right now.
Hey, good to see you guys.
Hey there, you too.
So, you've already put together a board, huh?
Well, it's simply being proposed.
Oh man, that sign is hilarious, Mr. Karuta.
Leave me alone.
I've been working on carvings for the float. Whenever there's downtime at work, that's what I'm up to. It'll be finished by cherry blossom season for sure.
Thank you for doing that.
So how is the float itself coming along?
Oh, Ide's been very hard at work on it. He's got nothing but time on his hands, you know.
Sleep tonight, go and dream.
Out of the way. It used to turn right here.
But there's no way that this used to be the right route, Mr. Karuta.
Listen here, Queen. You think I'd actually forget the way?
The Shrine Float can't possibly get through here.
Oh, it's you guys. Well, I see you've got the old ass out here with you, too.
Hi, Mrs. Oribe.
What's this, the Mizuchi Festival Production Board? What? Nobody told me anything about this. What the hell are you plotting?
Shut up. It's none of your business, Hag.
Just propose. See, proposed. Nothing at all has been set in stone yet. We'll come by soon to discuss it with you, if that would be all right.
Yeah, well, whatever. Regardless, all that matters is whether or not he's serious.
Meaning?
You were the one who destroyed the festival to begin with, so you had better see this thing through.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, really? You actually think that's what you're doing?
Shut it, you old hag.
Huh?
This is where they'd load the Shrine Float onto the boat and continue the procession on water, isn't that right?
Yep, that's right. All that's left is the singing and dancing after that.
What exactly was the festival originally for?
I don't know. I was just a little punk back then. I'm not so sure anyone else thought too deeply about the meaning either. It was just something they did out of habit.
So at some point they forgot the reason and they were just going through the motions more than anything else.
Simply reviving the festival isn't going to be enough. We need to think of something new and exciting. Something that'll inspire the people of Manoyama.
That's the direction the float used to go. There should be an old shrine over there. Want to check it out?
Sure. Honestly, I was a little worried about all of this.
All of what?
I was mainly worried that you wouldn't want to help us. That would have totally sucked.
Well, it's true that I wouldn't have started this myself even with a gun to my head. In my own way, I still do feel responsible for what happened. That's why I've constantly tried to do things I thought would help the town out. Tried like a madman.
I get that.
Still, I know I've got to address the core issue and start over from there. It's about time. And now, all thanks to you, I've got no choice but to face it. You really are a troublemaker.
Thank you, Mr. Karuta.
Odin's late tonight.
I know, I've been wondering where she went.
Hey, maybe she went on a date.
I told you, I'm going back.
Come on, Maki.
I only came by here to drop off a present for Mom.
You're already here, though. Why don't you stay for dinner?
I don't want to. He's here, isn't he?
Nope, he's got a late meeting. That means you're staying.
Wait.
Come on. Mom, Maki's here for dinner.
How lovely.
It's very warm, too.
Thank you, Maki.
Sure.
How many years has it been? You've lost weight, haven't you?
I don't know.
You little ingrate.
Come on now, Mom.
I understand it's tough for you to see your dad, but I wish you would come to see me.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You know, he's not even that upset about you quitting college. Not anymore.
Really? You think?
Yeah. Anyway, it's time for dinner.
Today is Sumiko's birthday. Today is Sumiko's birthday. Today is Sumiko's birthday. Happy birthday, dear Sumiko. Oh!
Welcome home, dear. Why is it Odin?
I swear, I didn't know you were coming.
You better eat before Dad drains it all.
Kosuke! Acknowledging him makes it worse.
If you don't like it, don't eat it.
All right, I'm leaving
You
now.
haven't been excused yet.
Make up your mind!
Why did you drop out of college before you even talked to us about it one time?
He seems pretty upset to me.
Well...
And what happened to your acting career, anyway?
This is great, Daikon.
Well, it can't be worse than Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Don't you get mad at him. Would you prefer a cicada or two with that?
No, I wouldn't, thanks. What were you doing checking late-night TV for me anyway?
I just happened to be watching it and you showed up out of the blue.
It wasn't even broadcast in Manayama.
So you just dropped out of college to eat cicadas, did you?
As a matter of fact, I never ate cicadas. Stop this, both of you!
I'm the star of the show tonight, right?
Yes,
ma'am. Sorry, it always ends up like this.
I don't mind, though. It keeps things lively, right? I really wish you'd move back in. I know it doesn't seem like it, but Dad cares about you. He's watched every single show you've had a part in.
Oh, God. That just makes it harder to come back, honestly.
Hey, Maki, wait a sec. I forgot to tell you, you received a letter in the mail the other day.
Yeah?
From Tokyo.
What? No way.
Director Ryotaro Kurose. The Kurose?
Yeah. I didn't think there was any way I'd actually get in.
So if he likes your audition, you'll for real be in one of his movies? When's the date? Whoa, that's in 2 days.
Yeah, I'm not going. I only submitted because my friend asked me to. I've got a steady job here anyway.
What are you saying, Maki? This is your chance. You've always wanted this opportunity.
I left that and came back to Manayama. That's my answer.
Shutdown schools end up getting repurposed a lot, don't they?
They've helped rural revival efforts, too, sometimes.
Huh. Why do you think they aren't using the one in Monoyama? Oh, hey, you're back. It's late. Have you had dinner?
Sorry, yeah, I ended up eating out. What are you guys doing?
We've been researching about the middle school. We were just thinking that it's a waste not to use such a wonderful building.
Whoa, some schools are even letting private companies use them for free.
How about using it as a hotel for the festival? Then visitors wouldn't have to camp out like they did for the founding festival.
Using it for lodging would create an awful lot of hurdles, though. It's got to be renovated, and there'll be a ton of paperwork.
Then we'll turn it into Chupacabra Academy.
Wait, an academy? It was shut down because there weren't enough students here.
We still think it's a good idea. The Royal Chupacabra Academy.
I like your style, Queen. Good night.
Oh, you dropped something. Marvin Productions, what's this?
It's nothing. Work I never got paid for.
Huh, I think I have an idea. A hot lunch party? I love that! And there are cases where it helped rural revival efforts, too.
Well, first we've got to get people thinking about the school itself.
Agreed. I feel like we should discuss it with people that went there. Know of anyone?
I did. Give me a look. Ah, man, if I didn't have to work, I'd love to go. I'd be happy to talk to the community club for you.
Great, thanks. Why the heck would anyone want to go eat gross hot lunch in a haunted school?
Come on, Erika. You don't know if it's gross or not.
Yeah, I do. You'd get more people if it was a haunted house, you know. That's good stuff. It's not gross. You just hate it because you're still in school, so you have no choice but to eat it.
When you get older, you'll find you kind of miss it like we do. Hot dog buns.
Or that kind of spiceless curry.
I'm so glad you're here.
Welcome. Hi. What is it?
It's just, I have something I want to tell you guys about Maki.
It's not every day you invite me over, huh? What's up? You good?
I wanted to upload the Dragon Song on the Manayama channel so lots of people could see it whenever they wanted to.
Oh, nice.
But lately, I'm starting to feel like my singing is off. You're the only one I can go to for advice since you're an actor and all.
I see. Okay.
So should I start with more or less vibrato?
No, that's not what it's about. It's the same thing with acting. It's not really about whether you're good or bad, but whether you're able to connect. It's about being honest. Audiences just want to feel something. Lead them there by expressing your feelings.
Okay, I'll try. Sleep tonight, go and dream. Feel the comfort of our song, a piece missing.
and seeking home. Please forgive us for all we should have known.
Come on, wait for me.
They tried, but they couldn't pull up the big kabu. So the dog decided to come over and help them out. Unfortunately, the kabu didn't budge one bit, and the poor little dog's dentures came loose. Then wouldn't you know, the cat came to help. But the kabu still wouldn't budge an inch. Then tragically, the cat's favorite nail polish came off.
I had a meeting with the Board of Education. Paper play, haven't seen one of those in a while. Who makes a face like that when they're watching a paper play?
I was born this way.
No, you weren't. You smiled a lot when you were little. You know, you should really stick with acting.
But I can't make a living that way. I took a lot of odd jobs just to survive. After a while, I wasn't sure why I ever went to Tokyo in the first place.
Who said it had to make you a living? Is it really that hard for you, Maki? Continuing to love the things you love?
Huh?
You smiled a lot when you were little. You did.
Hey guys, I'm home.
Kosuke told us about the letter. The audition is tomorrow, right? Aren't you going?
My goal right now is to make the festival a success as chief handywoman for the kingdom of Chupacabra. I don't think it's the right time for an audition.
It is the right time. The opportunity is right in front of you. If you don't try, you're always gonna...
Yamamoto? Number 15, Tsurumi. If I just called your name, then you're free to go. Thanks for coming in.
Maki!
Hey, congratulations, Moe. I knew you'd get it.
Oh, friend.
I hope it goes great. I'll be watching you.
Bye.
Oh, man. She didn't make it in.
Hello?
Okay, this sure isn't a great feeling. It's hard to believe nobody showed at all. Maybe we didn't give enough notice?
Miss Koharu! Feed my belly, I'm hungry.
Hey, Maki.
Yo.
That was really fast.
Yep, a lot faster than I expected. I didn't get the part, so it just came right back. I'm finished with acting, so from now on I'll focus on my role as chief handywoman. And I look forward to working with all of you once again.
Well, in that case, I guess it's time to eat.
This is great.
Well done, Chef Shinomiya.
Thanks, guys. Doesn't mean much if nobody comes, though.
It's the curse of the blood-soaked Santa.
Oh, please, can we not?
You know, seems like nobody cares about this school. I wonder why.
Maybe it has to do with the fact that it never really closed.
Huh?
I just mean, I was in the last graduating class of this school, but there was never any closing ceremony.
Closing ceremony? Like an event to let everyone know they're closing the school, so the graduates can get together and stuff.
Right. Opinions were divided over whether we should close it or not. So we ended up having our graduation ceremony, and that was it.
Oh, so that's what you meant. Never really closed.
Yeah. Without closure, you can't move on.
A closing ceremony?
Yes. It's been exactly 10 years since it was closed, so we can really make a big deal about it. We want to try to contact as many graduates as we can who have since moved away.
Well, first, how did the whole hot lunch thing go?
Oh, yeah, that. It didn't go so well.
See, what did I tell you? You needed fried bread on the menu.
You know, I graduated from that school, too. If you really did hold a ceremony, I'd want to go. But hey, are you ready for the festival?
Very good point. The tourism board shouldn't be holding the school's closing ceremony to begin with.
Yeah, that's true. But instead of just waiting for it to be demolished, this would be a good opportunity. We can look at how we might repurpose the building in a positive way.
Which could, in turn, potentially contribute to increased activity in town.
We'll keep getting prepared for the festival, too, I swear. Please let us do this.
Well, let me think. Just kidding. Go for it.
So yes, it's a ceremony, but stirring up nostalgic feelings won't be enough.
Well, we've already suggested reusing the building.
I wonder what's wrong with Sandal.
Besides eating shaved ice in winter?
If you eat all of the snow, spring will come.
Huh? He's upset because the snow keeps him from drawing outside.
I want a studio more than anything in the world. Please send me a lottery ticket.
You might want to ask for the winning one.
The more the snow piles up, the fewer customers we get.
I hear you. It's a bad season for buses, too.
Hey, snap out of it, you guys.
Huh?
Oh, is this from the other day?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. You've already got several views, Rachel. She's got a really pretty voice, right, sis? Yeah, I guess.
Thank you for saying that.
I don't know what it's about, though. Don't look at me. It's true. It's kind of hard to tell what the original story is from the song. Huh?
We don't need you getting upset, too. That's gotta be an easy fix, right?
Melanole.
Coming right up.
What's up with you, Kosuke?
I was talking to my friend about our futures. He said he was leaving town. What's good about Manoyama anyway? There are no movie theaters, no music venues, blah, blah, blah. So then I was like, you idiot, we've got taiko drumming. I mean, if people want to go, they should go. But I'm not. That's all there really is to it. But why does he have to get all critical like that?
Hey, now, come on. What's wrong with you guys today?
Oh, I see. Turning the art room into a studio, huh?
Yeah, it can be used until it's demolished, right?
This is wonderful. You can even have my year-in lottery ticket.
That's quite a deal if it's the winning one. It'd be such a waste if we didn't use the music room, too. And this is great for the Tondoko Taiko Club practice. And maybe before long, people will get creative and want to show movies or have live music events here. If there's nothing to do in town, we need to create things to do. That's right.
First, let's figure out the ceremony. Yoshino, you finished the application yet?
Sure did. However, before we deliver it to the Board of Education, there's someone I really want us to visit.
The closing ceremony. Okay.
You've been in education for a long time, so we thought it might be helpful to ask your advice on this.
Yeah, not a bad idea. The board will probably surprise you. They're not near as stiff as you think. I doubt they'd say no to a proposal like this.
You think so?
When will you take it to them? If you'd like, I could go with you when you do.
Would you really?
After all, rural politics are really all about connections, you know.
Thank you, Mr. Midorikawa.
Yes, we appreciate your help.
By the way, what's this thing? What's the second middle memorial stage?
Oh, that's just,
Are you planning to have something go on there? You should probably be more specific about it.
Sure, yeah, well, that's it. You know what people remember? The Blood-Soaked Santa. We can put on a play. I mean, after all, it's going to be right around Christmas.
Yeah, but what about the part where he's blood-soaked?
We'll free his ghost.
Hold on a second. What do you mean, free his ghost?
The director of the play will be our chief handy woman, Maki. So we'll be in very good hands.
Yoshino, you never even...
Oh, good. Well, if that's the case.
It sure has piled up, huh? It's not actually that much. It'll probably melt pretty soon.
Right. Winter doesn't really start until the new year.
All units, attack! Really, Queen? What are you doing? Oh, the Queen's been hit.
Medic, Queen down.
This is no time for us to be playing. Do you realize how many days are left till Christmas?
Oh, Maki.
If we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it right. There's no way I'm half-assing it.
Cool.
You guys are actually pretty lucky to have found me. Don't like to brag, but I played the lead a lot in elementary school.
I was in the ping pong club. Does that help?
And you're unemployed, so you're not busy. You're not busy either.
I'm kind of surprised to hear you did drama in high school, Yamada.
Mr. Carter stole my role in the movie, so I want another chance. Sweet justice.
I'd really like to thank my senpai from my old acting troupe.
There's no way we'd ever turn down a request from our lovely friend Maki.
Yeah, let's kick some butt.
The show must go on, guys. Let's keep up the good work.
We haven't actually started yet.
Well, we don't have a lot of time to put this together, but we're gonna give it our best shot. I'm counting on you. Thank you.
You gonna stay up?
Yeah, a bit longer. When you write the script yourself and you're also an actor in the show, you change things to the last minute.
Interesting. I'm kind of feeling like a Maki that we've seen around here. Maybe she's just a tiny part of who you really are.
Well, remember, I had just come back here in defeat. You met me at my very lowest point. But I finally made up my mind. No matter what I do for work in the future, I'll always try to bring something I like to it. I won't get upset just because it may be something I don't love. Instead of complaining, I'll try to infuse the situation with creativity, you know?
Yeah, I get it. I'm a little jealous, you see. You have something that you're passionate about that keeps you going. I wonder if I'll ever find something like that.
Who knows, maybe you already have. What should I do?
What is it?
The last scene. I want something to really make an impact, like aside from the dialogue.
Really make an impact.
Ah, here it is. I found us. Look.
Wow, that brings back memories. You had a shaved head back then.
Oh, my. Your graduating class looks a bit lonely. There were so many more students here back when I graduated.
Hurry, get in the shot, teacher.
Come on now, sit down, you two crazies.
So many people came.
Yeah. It's time. All right, you're up, Yoshino.
Greetings, Manoyama's second middle school graduates, and welcome other friends of the school. Thank you all. The closing ceremony is for you, for all of you. We'd like to start the night with a special greeting from the school's last principal, Mr. Yoshihiko Funazu. Let's give him a round of applause.
Oh, I'm totally nervous.
Don't you worry about a thing. I'm here for you.
Shut up.
I'd like to sincerely thank the members of the Board of Tourism for putting on this wonderful event for us this evening. Okay, students, like I always say, make the day fun.
It's your turn. Good luck out there.
Thanks.
Okay, the next number's called The Blood-Soaked Santa.
Oh, wow, I remember that story.
Oh, man. Christmas time is almost upon us once again.
Hello there, Mr. Reindeer. Why the heck do I have to hand out presents tonight? That's obviously Papa's job.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know it's hard to believe it, but I couldn't make the turn on an icy road, and so we ended up crashing. There's simply too much snow in Manoyama.
But you can fly, can't you? What were you doing on the road anyway? And where on earth is Papa?
Well, you see. Huh? Santa, you're here. What happened? I thought for sure you were dead.
I'm not dead. I might have been soaked in blood, but I'm not dead. Those little punks at second middle school were spreading lies. You lied. So did you. That's why I'm asking you, daughter. Will you do this? Will you take my place this year?
I don't want to. Kids these days are all totally selfish.
I want a brand new combine harvester.
That won't fit in the chimney. And I want my very own house with a garden. Go ask an oil baron. There are still so many to go.
Please, there used to be way more kids than this. It was a whole lot harder then. Yay, declining birth rates.
I can't take anymore. But I know I've got to try. Everyone is out there waiting to get their presents. There's one for you. And there you go. I hope Santa will get here soon. I know, I can hardly wait.
Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho!
Yay! Thanks, you rock, Santa. Hooray! Thanks, Santa. This is exactly the one I wanted.
The sun is going to be up really soon. Give it up. We'll get the others to them next year.
No, I can't. Not when there are still kids out there waiting. I remember what Papa used to say. No matter how difficult it gets, it's never hard at all. Now after this, I finally understand what he meant.
What's that?
It's pretty simple. I'm the one who's getting the real gift tonight.
You got a gift?
That's right. Everyone's smiling faces. We made that with our class back in the day.
Director. Hmm?
Okay, guys, let's do it. Thanks so much, everyone. That concludes our closing ceremony. Thanks for joining us tonight. The year after next, this place is scheduled to be an empty lot. So, for For that reason, we, the tourism board, would like to make the proposal. This wonderful building once housed a school that helped children grow and thrive. That purpose may be over now. But why don't we give it a new one, helping Monoyama grow and thrive? What if we revive the life in these dear old halls? As a base for Monoyama's culture. I believe that we can do it.
Base for Monoyama culture.
That's a much better idea than just demolishing it.
Everyone, I'd now like to present our official proposal. The Monoyama Second Middle School opening ceremony.
Heck? Why'd they do this?
Oh, they asked me to rig that up for them.
My friends, starting today, we'd like to make Second Middle School a public facility open to everyone.
Not a bad idea.
Cheers! I haven't felt this way for a long time. I know. Reading the surveys, lots of folks say they'd like to use the school. Past choir members want to form a new mother's chorus. So sweet. By the way, Maki, you did an amazing job.
Thanks, so did you. Your speech was so passionate.
Really? Thank you. I guess your passionate performance inspired me.
You're actually an impressively driven person, Maki. It's good to meet you. Oh, stop it. You're a total weirdo. So, hey, I've been thinking. I might like to start an acting troupe there at the school.
Acting troupe?
If there's nothing to do, it's up to us to create it.
That's right. So what play are you going to do?
Well, I've been thinking I'd like to try adapting the Dragon Song into a play.
No way, really?
Yeah, you guys said it was hard to understand with just the song alone. So I think we should tell the whole story.
That's a great idea. It'd be cool if we could combine it with the Mizuchi Festival. I love the idea of a play at the festival. Let's do it.
And the theme is coexisting with other cultures. I can think of no better setting than the festival for keeping that story alive, can you?
Then at the very end, Richon can burst out and sing the whole song.
I'm filled with anticipation and trepidation.
Hey, it's okay. So am I. But we'll work together and make it happen.
What'll be the name of the acting troupe?
Hitchhiker. Who'd be out in the snow? Tokyo might be a little far for us, but we'd be happy to get you to the station. Erika? Are you okay? Of the 3 festival treasures so far, we found the staff and the hanging drum. That means one's left, so we'll be continuing our search for the Golden Dragon. Hide, as well as Tatsuo and Kazushi from the woodcarving district, are all currently hard at work on the shrine float. And we've also got the play, which will reintroduce the Dragon Song. We're not just reviving the festival, we're reimagining it and making it brand new. And that brings us to why we're here today, which is in the hopes that you, the Board of Merchants, will officially join us in this effort and agree to be on the festival production board. We want a new festival deeply rooted in Monoyama's history. We ask, would you honor us with your help?
I don't mind being asked for help at all. But I can't help wondering why a certain old ass isn't here.
Unfortunately, Mr. Kodata had a previous engagement.
Huh. Still, as you say, this is all for Monoyama. I don't see any reason to object to what you have planned.
Wonderful, thank you.
However, the people you see in attendance here today are just a small portion of the Board of Merchants. If you want to move forward, we'll need you to go around and explain this in person to the shop owners that couldn't attend the meeting.
Yes, of course. We'll visit each and every shop starting tomorrow.
And it's all for Monoyama.
The thing is, even if we try to visit each and every shop, there are some that are never open, even in the afternoon. With them in the picture, it'll be difficult to get every shop owner's official okay.
It'll be fine. I'm sure they'll understand. And do you know what else? Maybe the festival will change some of that. Maybe they'll come back. Maybe they'll decide to open their doors again.
Sometimes I really do wish I had your optimism, Yoshi.
We're back. Hey, Erika.
What is she doing here? She was hitchhiking, so we picked her up. Where was she hitchhiking to?
To Tokyo. Jeez, was she running away? I'm afraid you'll just have to go back home for today. Your mother must be worried about you. No way. I'm not going back home.
You're still in middle school. What'll you do in Tokyo?
Good point. Do you have any money? Yes, I've been saving all my New Year's gift money.
You really thought ahead, huh? Do you have a place to stay?
Internet cafes. No, they wouldn't let a middle schooler stay there. Then I'll camp somewhere.
If you sleep outside in Tokyo, you'll freeze to death.
Okay, I'll camp without sleeping then.
All right, hang on. Just have a seat, okay? Yeah, good. I mean, I do think we did the right thing bringing her here, but I don't think we're going to get very far this way.
Listen, Erika, today isn't a good day for running away with all the snow and everything. Tell me, what's so bad about Monoyama anyway? Why don't you tell me why you like this crappy town so much? I have a feeling this will probably seem like a boring reason to you, but this town is where I was born and raised. My family is here and all my good friends. I guess that's really why I love it. Makes sense? I don't care about all that family stuff, and I don't have any good friends. That's why I'm leaving. Wait just a sec. Okay, tell me what you think about this. What if, instead of leaving, you try moving in here with us for a little while? Also, it can be a fact-finding mission since Sanae, Maki, and I have all lived in Tokyo. We can tell you all about what it's like there, okay? If you're moving to you a new place, it wouldn't hurt to get some information about it and prepare a little bit for that move, right?
Welcome, ladies. Today's specials are Crystal Fortune and Plum Crystal Fortune after-hours drink sets.
Thanks, but we're actually here to talk to you about Erika.
Huh?
She was apparently running away from home, so we have her at our door now.
Evening, Petrash.
What do you mean, Petrash?
You know what? I'm suddenly feeling kind of sleepy. I think I'll take a nap.
She really ran away.
Yes, I know. She's staying at our dorm.
So did you get into a fight with your mom?
We're always fighting.
Yeah, I guess that's how it is when you're in middle school.
You trying to sound like an adult or what?
Actually, I am one. Believe me, I can remember desperately wanting to leave the countryside back when I was in middle school, too. I wasn't brave like you, so I never tried. I only dreamed about it. I never did anything real. But my little sister is different. We're kind of like polar opposites. She loves her hometown. She doesn't care about the city one bit. Even though I'm her big sister, she calls me Little Dreamer. Hey, I'm sorry. Is my chatting keeping you awake?
No, it's fine.
All right, I'll be sleeping in Sanae's room if you need me. Get some good rest, okay? Good night. Sleep well.
I explained everything to Angelica as best I could. It wasn't easy convincing her not to come over here and pick up Erika right away.
That's great. Thanks for doing that.
What's with those bags?
We promised we'd make sure she still went to school at least, so I brought over her uniform and textbooks. Has she gone to sleep already?
No, but I left the bedroom because I felt like I might be keeping her up.
Are you sure she won't leave in the middle of the night?
Don't worry about it. I've decided to sleep down here.
Hey, wow, human home security.
Okay, I'm heading to bed. We've got an early morning.
Let's sleep in the same room, Sanae. We can have pillow talk and discuss thoughts at our meetings with the shop owners tomorrow.
You don't have a clue what pillow talk means, do you?
I purposely ran away from home, so why am I going back to school?
Try not to make such a scary face. How about if I tell you a great story from Tokyo? This one is from when I used to work at this adorable little upscale crepe shop in Harajuku. A customer came in. Kinda weird. That place is the holy land of getting scouted. All the girls are completely done up, super fancy, and of course trying way too hard. But this customer stood out, because she was wearing a pure white wedding gown. I remember staring and wondering about her, thinking what could have happened to make her want to eat crepes in a wedding dress. I kept it simple, though, and just asked her what she'd like. And then, the girl in the wedding dress, eyes bloodshot, looked directly at me, and she said, "We're here. See you after school."
Hold on! What did she say to you?
I'll tell you the rest on the way home this afternoon. You just make sure you go to class, okay?
I wonder if Erika will only end up ditching class and running away again.
Well, I have a feeling it's nothing Maki can't handle. We should try to focus on visiting the shops. Let's split them up. Why don't you take the shopping district over in the temple area? Sound good?
Asking people to join the production board? Don't you think that's really something you should be handling, Mr. Kadota?
Why should I? I fully trust the Queen.
You need to stop mixing personal and public affairs. You've been avoiding Chitose at all costs.
I don't have any personal affairs to mix up with anything. All I do is public work.
Come on, boss, please. Would you mind keeping it down a little?
Oh, no, sorry. It was nothing. Okay, let me know about the sponsorship, and you have all our thanks.
You tell me why you like this crappy town so much.
What's wrong? You're not your usual cheerful self.
Oh, no, I'm fine. No worries. I'm headed off to the meeting with the event company. Hey, Richon, have you ever wondered what it might be like to travel around like Lucia and the others?
Maybe, but I know I'd never go.
I bet you kind of wish you could, though, don't you?
You okay, Shichon? What is it?
Yoshino wanted so badly to get out of the countryside. So did Maki. Sanae wasn't in the countryside, but she wanted to get away from her home in Tokyo. Even your granny wanted more than anything to leave Manoyama way back when. But I've never wanted to get away and leave my hometown. Not once in my life. I'm starting to think I'm the weird one around here.
If Chitose is fine with it, then I'm on board too. If there's anything we can do to help put it all together, I hope you'll let us know.
Thank you.
Girls, what you see is what you get here. I'm not sure how much help will really be in the long run.
Oh no, please don't worry. We're glad to have you on. All right, next. That's good.
Have a bite of this, Yoshi. It's really amazing.
Delicious!
Isn't it? It's a croquette from this little butcher shop over in the temple area.
I
I've become kind of addicted lately.
See, it's things like this that really get my mind racing. I believe the shopping district still has a chance to make a comeback. We're back.
That was fast.
Is there anything I can help with?
No, everything is taken care of here. I've got to go pick up Etika pretty soon, though.
Oh, I was hoping to lend a hand. Why don't I go for you? Why didn't Maki come pick me up? Sorry, am I a disappointment? I wanted to hear the rest of the story. What story do you mean? Never mind, I'll ask her when we get back. So tell me, why did you suddenly decide to run away from home? You've never even thought about leaving Monoyama, so I doubt you would understand. Is that what you think? Maybe you should give me a chance. No? I left because I had a dream. I was an adult and I was at that restaurant making curry. That sounds like a lovely dream. Yeah, see, somehow I knew you wouldn't get it. That is the last thing I want to do with my life. That's why.
Delicious.
Hey, what would you think of getting out of town? Leaving and closing up shop?
You want some of this? Curry is always best after 3 days.
I wouldn't need to go to school. I could work. I'd do anything to help out. I don't want to waste my youth in this dumb old town.
What are you talking about? This restaurant is yours. For goodness sake, I named it after the two of you.
I know that. Why should that matter? Anji and Etika? I mean, what the hell's that? It's stupid.
What do you mean it's stupid? Look, if you hate being in the country that much, you could just go to Tokyo or New York or Dubai or wherever else.
Just the thought of getting old here in this dried-up town is enough to make me depressed. Scares the hell out of me. It's my worst fear. Next up, the Tampopo Cafe. Oh, this is it. What the heck?
If you're looking for the cafe, it closed last year, and I'm pretty sure the hardware store is actually closed up for their lunch break right now. Menial work is rough, eh, Queen?
Not menial at all. It's important stuff.
Talking to every shop owner sounds like a daunting task, but it shouldn't be too hard. They're good people.
Hey, so, I know it might be nosy to ask this question, but why do so many people maintain their shops here and then choose to leave them shuttered so often?
You don't beat around the bush.
My apologies if the question was out of line.
The answer is simple. The people who own those shops are living comfortably for the time being.
I see, but, and hopefully this doesn't sound rude, it doesn't look like they're making money.
Even if their sales don't support their shops, they've built up reserves over the years. Their children have grown up and gotten jobs in the city. They only need to support themselves. They can afford to kick back.
If that's the case, they should rent them out to other people. We have all these shops. It seems like a terrible waste for them to sit empty all the time.
Most of their homes are on the second floor of their shops, though. Understandably, they don't want random people on their first floor. I mean, it certainly isn't a simple problem, to be sure. These people don't really want their lives to change, is the thing. They tend to want things to go on exactly as they always have. Plus, think about it. Even if new stores did open up in this district, would you really come shop here?
Yeah, of course I would.
The reason I ask is, are you normally a person who comes out here to shop?
Yeah, I've shopped here before. Although not very often, I do have to admit.
I bet you usually buy everything at the supermarket.
Well, yeah, I do. A lot more often than not, anyway.
Look, there's no shame in that. It's exactly what everybody else does. That's the future. The bottom line is shopping districts aren't relevant anymore.
We're happy to continue looking after Etika at the dorm for now. If we force her to go back, she'll probably just run away again. I'm so sorry. I never would have believed that she would actually run away like this.
Is Etika coming back home or not?
Don't worry about anything, sweetheart. I'm sure she'll be back home with both of us again before we know it.
She was unfriendly and she cursed a lot. But it's kind of boring here without her.
Yeah.
They're already drinking at this hour?
Both of you guys off duty today?
Yeah, that's right. Finally got a day off, but there's really nothing to do around here. So we decided to have a drink.
Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's nice. Get away from the wife and kid, just shoot the breeze.
You two are peas in a pod.
Yeah, we've been friends since elementary school. And Nogate, too.
Remember how we'd go exploring? And that hill behind the pond. The time we found the shining dragon there? Those were the days, huh?
Wait, what is the shining dragon?
Oh, nothing important. Just a legendary secret treasure. That grants you a single wish.
No way, really?
Yeah, there was a rumor about it at school back then. It was said that somewhere near Sakura Pond, a long-lost secret treasure lay hidden. All we knew was that it was called a shining dragon.
A shining dragon that went missing somewhere near Sakura Pond. Could you possibly mean the golden dragon?
This is the golden dragon, one of the festival treasures. It was used in the Omizuchi festival.
Yeah, that actually looks an awful lot like the one we found. Don't you think?
Yep, that's it.
The golden dragon, was that the treasure that was attached to the roof of the old shrine float?
Yeah. Someone supposedly pulled it off before it all sank into the pond, but it seems to have gone missing after that. So King Daichi and the others found it while they were out exploring when they were really little?
I guess, and if that's true, then what is the location of the Shining Dragon now?
They told us they buried it in Hippo Park near the school.
They buried it? Why?
If you'd like the short answer, it was because the Shining Dragon only grants one wish.
They argued about what to wish for, but in the end they couldn't pick just one thing. So they decided to bury it until they could all agree on a single wish.
I'm closing up now, okay?
Okay.
Guys, this is a very important secret. You got it? Swear not to tell anyone.
This is the secret code that shows exactly where it's buried.
Nobody gets it all for himself.
See? Now there's no way it can be found unless all three of us are together.
How stupid. I mean, there's obviously no way that thing grants wishes.
Well, they can't really help it. They're boys, after all.
I got in touch with Noge, and he said he'd be happy to go dig where they buried the dragon. But I honestly doubt he's going to find anything down there.
Hey, Erika, what would you wish? I think if I could have one wish right now, I would want to be left alone. Erika, wait!
Don't try to force her to talk to you. It won't work.
Yeah, but...
So how's everything going with you guys? Do you think the folks in the shopping district are going to help us out?
Some shop owners weren't around, but we got okays from the people we did talk to. It feels like we're getting super close to reviving the festival. I just hope it does something to help revive the shopping district too. Right, Yoshino? Huh? Hey, are you okay? You were so upbeat all afternoon.
I guess. I'm not really sure anymore, though.
About what?
I talked to Noge today, all about the shopping district. He said everyone is comfortable the way things are. And then an outsider like me comes along. What right do I have to say, let's bring this place to life? Maybe we're being way too pushy with this, trying to encourage people who aren't at all interested in changing things. It's exactly like the people in Warabiya village. They're just trying their best to continue on, keeping their lives the same.
Well, I'm not going to pretend that what you're saying doesn't make any sense.
I keep thinking about it. One thing Noge said was that shopping districts aren't relevant anymore.
Who is he to decide that anyway? You can't just say they're not relevant. I was born in this little town. I've lived here for my entire life. I'm never ever going to give up on loving this place.
If we don't hurry, we'll lose the light completely. And the forecast said it's supposed to snow tonight, too.
You're the one who made this thing. How could you forget it?
Ask Noge.
Come on, are you serious? It happened almost 30 years ago. What are you going to do?
We're looking at a man who can't crack a code made by a kid in grade school.
I hope they found it. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, but I wouldn't get my hopes up too high if I were you. Erika, feeling any better?
What's the end of the story? I want to know.
Wait, what story?
The one you told me about the girl that wore a wedding dress to the crepe cafe.
Oh, that thing.
What'd she say when she came up to you?
All she wanted was to know if she could change clothes there. Because she'd just run away from her own wedding. Can you believe that?
Why?
She apparently changed her mind. She told me she always wanted to get married. But then, when the day of the wedding finally arrived, it just didn't feel right.
Is the moral of this story that dreams and reality are different? Like, okay, that's really stupid. Are you saying it's the same with Tokyo?
Yeah. Also, it's not enough just to want it. You have to have a plan and resolve to work toward it.
Maybe that's true. But I'm not going to give up my dream and waste my youth around here. I might not know what it's really like, but you know what? Neither do you, She. You're just out of touch in a whole different way. Great, it's snowing.
What are we doing trying to crack this out in the cold? We should have figured it out before we came outside.
Read vertically.
Vertically?
Here. A rabbit 2,427 steps.
What rabbit? I thought we were in Hippo Park, right?
Hey, wait. Behold the rabbit.
Oh.
We got about 2,427 steps from here.
There's no way that could even be in the park still, could it? 2,427 steps is easily over a kilometer.
Noge, you said you're sure you guys buried it in Hippo Park.
Yeah, I feel pretty certain that's what we did.
I wonder if it's not buried there anymore.
What? Did someone beat us to it? In our yearbook, you specifically wrote that your big dream was to be the owner of your very own bookstore. Your wish was granted, wasn't it?
What are you talking about? By that logic, you and Takamizawa had your wishes granted too, in a way. A champion of justice and an F1 racer. They might have manifested in different forms, but they're pretty close.
Well, I guess that's true, depending on how you look at it.
Are you saying your wish really came true?
Life's complicated, but I guess from a certain point of view, it really has. Maybe the Shining Dragon's been granting wishes the whole time it's been buried there.
What is it you wish to be when you grow up, Bungie?
I want to be a taiko drummer.
Oh, just like Maki's little brother. Wow.
And my sister wants to own a cool clothing store. She said so in her yearbook last year.
Whoa, a cool clothing store, huh? That's actually a little surprising somehow.
She'd probably yell at all the customers.
Hey, Noge, I was wondering, did you inherit your bookstore from your family?
Nah, I've just always been passionate about books. I went to that bookstore all the time when I was growing up. Couldn't stay away. One day I heard that the owner was planning to close up shop and move in with his son, so I begged him, and that's how I ended up with a house and a bookstore.
How cool, that's so amazing.
I wanted a store like the one that always made me so excited as a kid, so that's how I've been trying to run that place. But it hasn't been easy, if I'm telling the truth. The number of children keeps decreasing every year, and a little bookstore isn't the best business plan anyway. I'm really only able to sell a few kinds of things. Magazines and bestsellers. I wanted people to read foreign sci-fi, photography books, crazy mysteries, and great literature, but nobody seems to give them a second thought.
I like all of those things.
Hearing even one person say that makes me happy. It really does. I wish, though.
Well, it seems having your dream come true isn't the end-all be-all. Sounds like that's when the real work begins.
Like when the heroine of a fairy tale happily marries the prince of her dreams, but we always forget. The reality is that living together as a couple is very challenging.
I think it's important that you dream bigger, Sunny. So that's the original code?
Mm-hmm. Hey, is anyone up for a little wager? We can place bets on who will end up cracking the code.
And we'll all buy the winner whatever they want.
Ooh, I like it.
Erika, what do you think?
Hey, what's wrong?
Nothing, I'm fine.
You know, Erika, Aunty's been pretty worried about you. Isn't it time to think about going home?
No, I still don't want to.
Why, though? It's not easy for your mom running the restaurant all by herself.
Are you saying I have to keep working there for the rest of my life? I don't want to grow old out in the middle of nowhere making curry.
But it's fine to grow old in the city?
What's wrong?
I had deja vu for a second there, remembering that my mom told me the exact same thing when I was having trouble finding a job.
Now you're the one handing out the advice. I'd say that means you've grown up, Yoshino.
Hey, since it's snowing pretty hard right now, would you mind if I stay the night here?
Of course not, duh!
Why don't you stay over too, Richan?
We've got a brand new sleeping bag, and it's really cool. Like being a pharaoh.
I'll stay.
Good, that settles it then.
Want to see it?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I join you? I don't care. Do whatever you want. Yay, that's just what I'll do. Bit of a squeeze, huh? That feels good. They're floating. Wait, are you showing off? I was just thinking about what you said. That I don't know what it's like out there either. How we're both out of touch, just differently. I think you're absolutely right about all that. If you don't like Monoyama and you want to go off to Tokyo, well, then that means you have a dream you can shoot for, and I believe that's a lovely thing. You have something exciting you can think and plan for. Which means you can take your time. You don't need to force it to come true while you're still so young. I want it to come true now. But realistically, you're still in middle school, so you can't leave home and go live all by yourself right now. Don't you think I know that? I just can't stand it anymore. In this dumb town, I can't tell if I'm alive or dead. I gotta get out of here as fast as I can. I'm pretty sure you're not dead. Erika, sometimes life's just putting one foot in front of the other. Do you know what I mean? Erika? What is it? Erika?
Yeah, that's a bummer. The trauma of becoming an adult. You've got a baby molar that wants to come out.
Baby teeth. Are you supposed to still have baby teeth in middle school?
Our new teeth always grow in from the front, so molars are the last to go. For most people, they're usually gone by the end of grade school, but some kids Erika's age still have them. No biggie.
You sure know a lot about this, Maki.
Yeah, well, I had a part-time job as a dental assistant.
No matter how you say it, what it comes down to is that Erika is still a kid.
You know it!
For now, you can take some painkillers, and tomorrow we'll take you to the dentist.
You can't give her those, Yoshi. She's not an adult. People under 15 aren't supposed to take them.
Oh, you're right.
We don't have anything here that a kid could take.
I guess we'll have to call Angelica.
No, please don't tell my mom! If you do, I'll leave right now, I swear.
Erika.
Should I buy some then?
Where, though? There's literally nothing open in town at this hour.
Shichan, can you call and ask Sayuri for advice?
I would, but she just left on a trip to Okinawa with Kumino. At a time like this? And when did those two get together? Maybe Mr. Katatat could help, or he could make it a lot worse. It's so hard to say.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
I found it. Teeth from the bottom get thrown on the roof, and teeth on the top thrown under the porch.
The teeth actually have to come out first.
There's a pressure point that'll relieve the pain.
Oh, I've never heard about that one.
Hi, do we have children's pain reliever?
Huh? Children's pain reliever? There's no way we still have any of that stuff around. What in the world do you need it for anyway?
Okay, little pressure point. Let's give it a shot. Hey! Keep your hands off of me! Come on, you can't hear the pain.
Okay, now. Okay. Here we go. Let's go.
Sorry. That was the pressure point for constipation.
She said we should go to the pharmacy in the shopping district.
Don't you think it'll be closed, though?
That's what I thought, but Grandma said she'd call them, and they'd be willing to open the store for us.
Is this all you need, hon?
Yes, thanks. Sorry to bother you so late.
It's no problem. This is exactly what the pharmacy is here for.
We appreciate it very much. Thanks.
Now be careful out there.
Thank you so much for your help.
No thanks are necessary. You hurry back home and get her that medicine, okay?
Yep.
Glad that's done.
Yeah, except I feel kind of bad now. I always shop at the drugstore and the supermarket. I never go to the pharmacy in the shopping district. That's understandable. You can only get service like this in local shops.
Wow, this is not even close to being expired yet. It looks like they manage their inventory really well at that store.
Oh, yeah? What did you expect?
Of course, yeah.
You know, I really love Manoyama, no matter what people say. Even if folks continue to want to leave this place, and they move off to the city, and Manoyama empties out even more, even if it keeps getting smaller and smaller. I'll never stop loving this town, and I'll never leave it.
You've reached the dorm. No, he's not here. What happened? Is Anji missing?
It's just, Anji hasn't come back yet. He's gone.
Anji!
Anji! Answer us if you're out here! Anji! Hey, no worries. We'll be fine.
Are you positive he's not there? Okay. Well, if you hear anything, yeah, I appreciate it.
Any sign of him at all?
Mm-mm. We checked the shopping district.
But the snow makes it really hard to see anything.
Still, though, he's just a kid. There's no way he could have gotten that far by now, is there? Where do we think he would go in snow like this?
I have a thought. Maybe the Shining Dragon's been granting wishes the whole time it's been buried there.
You don't think he went looking for the golden dragon?
Maybe he's hoping it might grant his wish and bring Erika back home to him and his mom.
Let's try Hippo Park.
Anji! If you're out there, respond!
Anji! Hey! Anji,
Look over there! Anji!
Not him, that's the hippo.
What a relief.
Sorry, that was my fault.
Hello?
Hey, King Daichi. Did you tell me how to brew heart leaf tea?
Huh?
Oh, I found Anji out in the park a bit ago, so I brought him to the police box to warm up. He asked me if I could make him some hot heart leaf tea.
Anji! I'm sorry, Mom. What a relief. Erika, you really here? Erika, please don't leave us ever again.
Come on, talk to him, Erika. Give him your word you won't leave again.
You never know. Your dream just might come true in Manoyama without you having to move away. If you want to own a clothing store, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to go, right? If you talk to one of the older owners in the shopping district, they might let you take over. That's how I ended up with my bookstore, you know.
Nobody is gonna want to buy cool clothes in this crappy little backward town! Who's even gonna notice your cute clothes when you're walking around the rice fields? Cows, donkeys, the town isn't even lit up at night! It's so dark and empty, it's like it doesn't even exist! Okay, then I'll do it! I'm gonna open up a clothing store and it'll all be for you, Erika! I'll make it so you won't hate living in this town anymore! I'll make it so you want to stay here with us forever! Anji, please don't go.
I think I get it now. We adults need to get our act together. We need to make this a town where young people will want to stay and really invest their lives.
Well, we should do something then.
What?
I'm thinking about the middle school to close down. Did you hear that the chief handywoman is starting up an acting troupe that rehearses in the gym? There are a bunch of other empty classrooms. We could use those somehow.
Yeah, we could put together Noge's Jazz and Books. And we could even have a Heartleaf Tea Cafe.
I like it except for the Heartleaf part.
What? Why? It's the most delicious tea.
Also, if I ever get fired from the bus company, I'd want to work there. So it's kind of like insurance, too.
Wait, so now I'm responsible for your fallback career?
Are you not hungry at all? I've got some tasty cookies. What is it?
tooth came out.
Well, you better go throw it out the window.
Do I throw it up or at the ground?
Either one works. Throw it whichever way you like, but be sure to throw it as hard as you can.
Apparently Noge submitted a proposal to the Board of Education. He wants to make a book cafe in one of the school's old classrooms.
He's really doing it.
And interest is spreading. Now other people are saying they want to open shops there.
Maybe I'll start something up, too.
Lunch combo A, beef steak. Combo B, ginger pork. I recommend the curry.
Erika, you can be more friendly than that. After all, they let you stay in their dorm and told you a bunch of cool stories.
Whatever. They let me stay there, but their stories? Totally useless. Erika, how about we visit Tokyo together? Maybe for a long weekend? Nah. When I go, I'll go by myself. But maybe I'll bring you back a gift. Well, guess there's nothing new down here today, is there? But that's what's good about it.
If people want to do something like Noge, they can do it. And people that don't want to change can stay as they are. Because that's a completely valid option.
I wonder if all that's left for this old shopping district is to finish its purpose and quietly fade away.
Oh, man. That would be pretty sad, though, don't you think? That's it! I know just what we can do.
Huh? What the heck is going on here?
These are hanging Toto lanterns. I brought them over from Waterbeer Village. I went around to a bunch of houses and asked if I could have their old ones.
See, they're Toto lanterns that you hang from the edge of your roof at night to let people know that everything is okay.
No, I know what they are. But what are you planning to do with all these things?
We're going to hang them up all around the shopping district. Then it will seem inviting down there even when the stores are shuttered, and you'll easily be able to tell that people still live there.
We had Doku take a look at the fixtures and install LEDs in them. That means there's no fire risk now.
Well, not bad. This is really not bad at all.
This brings back memories. I used to hang out in Waterbeer Village a lot when I was much younger. Of course, I don't mind putting it up a bit.
Great idea. Just one more thing to enjoy.
Thanks, I'm so glad you like it.
Huh? Noge's not here?
Oh, that's right. Takomizawa was saying they were going to dig up the Shining Dragon, so he probably went along.
Did they actually crack the code?
The first two numbers were 2 and 4, which you know together reads west. We were reading them separately, but the code was actually west 27 steps.
Okay, let's do this.
It's just a freaking toy!
Pastel de nata, and it's from Portugal.
Who knew Portuguese desserts were so insanely good? I can hardly believe a pastry shop like this would come to Monoyama.
Of course they would. Obrigado.
Still, you know that if they want to join the shopping district, we'll need to go discuss it with Mrs. Oribe.
Yeah, I wonder what she'll say. We still haven't even received the official approval from her regarding the festival.
She'll say yes. Even that old hag couldn't possibly turn this down. Now let's go.
Gutsy bringing a proposal for a pastry shop to a Japanese confectionery.
It's just, we thought it was a great chance to liven things up in the shopping district.
They contacted the tourism board about this. If we hadn't held that closing ceremony, none of this would be happening.
That's a very patronizing way to put it.
Look, all I'm saying is that it's going to be good for both sides.
All right. I've got to consider the needs of the shopping district ahead of my personal concerns. I'll talk with the shop owners whose stores have shut down.
Thank you very much.
By the way, old ass.
What do you want, hag?
I want to know what's going on with the Mizuchi Festival. Whether or not the Board of Merchants participates depends on your attitude. You'd do well to remember that.
Okay, fine then. We'll go ahead and include you officially. Good enough, hag?
Show me some respect in my shop.
All right, let's get going.
Excuse us, we'll be going.
What is this? It's so good.
I know, right? That crispy crust with that thick, rich custard. Oh, the contrast is just amazing.
Even so, I'm blown away that Chitose gave the okay for this.
She's always been very level-headed when it counts, though.
So Mr. Kadata's actually the one with the screw loose, huh?
Huh? Yoshino?
What's wrong? You seem out of it.
I realize there are only 2 months left till the festival. Once it's all over, what the heck am I going to do with my life after that? I mean, the Queen contract is for 1 year, right? Shiori was already on the tourism board when I got here. Sarie, you have your work as a web builder, so you'll be okay. Maki, you just started an acting troupe. And Richan's family has the confectionery. I'm the only one with nothing. What should I do?
How do you feel about it? Are you considering going back to Tokyo?
Oh, I don't know. Even if I did, I might not find anything there. And I really like it here in Monoyama.
Then why shouldn't you just keep going as the queen?
It's not like Mr. Kadata's letting you go. I'm sure he'd figure out something.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, for now, we drink.
Girl, why do you always have to do that?
Do what? I'm just brightening the mood. Life is short, so you better drink up, little lady. Lucky, would you get some ice?
Jeez.
So that's a no? Your place does have separate entrances for both the first and second floors, isn't that right?
Right, and it's not that I mind renting the shop out. It's just that I don't think I can handle that sickly sweet smell. That burnt custard smell, you know what I mean? If that was wafting up 24 hours a day, I think I'd... Ugh.
That's okay. I understand, and I'm sorry to bother you about it.
I tried a few places, too, but it was no good.
None of them want to rent out their shops because they live on the second floor. I can definitely understand how they feel.
I really thought someone would be interested, though.
We've hit a pretty substantial roadblock here. I'm honestly getting a little worn out.
Come on, Chitose. You can't possibly give up now.
I agree.
Well, we haven't been able to convince anyone. There's still one possible place they haven't tried yet, though. The owner doesn't live there anymore either.
Oh, are you talking about the old grocery store?
Rayber?
Is the lamb pastries really coming to Monoyama? Wait, how did you find out? I would go there every day. I mean, I could even work there.
Yeah, it's pretty great news, huh, Indica?
If you really are planning to work there, then it better be when we're closed here, young lady.
Hey, it's not exactly official yet, so try to keep it under wraps, okay?
It's been quite a while, Akiyama.
Here we are at the old grocery store Richan mentioned earlier.
Oh, sure, Akiyama's shop. He bought a place outside town a while back. He lives out there now.
Since nobody lives on the property, maybe he'll be easier to convince.
And you know what else? Akiyama already rented this shop to an out-of-towner before a few years back. If I remember, the store sold accessories, but they went out of business pretty quickly.
Well then, seems this is a great opportunity.
Yep, right, because he might be willing to rent it out again.
Okay, let's go talk to the man ourselves then.
Hang on, Mr. Kadata.
Hey guys, mind if we come in? How's everything been going in here?
Going well. Thanks for asking. I think we'll be able to open up by next month.
So soon. That's why Sandal's helping too?
Is jazz fusion the musical equivalent of, like, Japanese fusion?
We're not talking about cuisine here.
Oh, hey, I wanted to read this.
Nice, the Shining Dragon.
I used it to wish for success for my new business. I thought, what could it hurt?
I wonder if it'll help at all.
I think miracles can happen for those who believe. Whatever you do, what matters is how you feel.
Oh, they're back.
So, what do you think? Good idea, right?
And now a visit from the tourism board. No matter how many times you ask, my answer is no.
Oh, come on now, Akiyama. It'd be for the whole town. Don't you think it's kind of a waste and a shame for the town to keep the store closed while you're living all the way out here?
No, I really don't. What happens to that store is my business, not yours.
Legally, that is true, but at this rate, the shopping district is going to die off completely.
We're asking you, can you please do this to help us try to save the shopping district?
Sorry, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Oh, it seemed like such a good setup, too. I can't imagine why he would be against it.
Who knows? I wonder if he thinks the district is beyond saving. I have no doubt people would want to come to Belem, though. It's a big fat waste. Are you guys still going on about that? If nobody else will rent their place, that's all the more reason to take over this store.
Erika, you're upsetting your mother right now.
But I absolutely must have pastel de nata! I want it! I want it! I want it!
I'll make you some nata de coco. You'll make do with that.
No! It's obvious the town would be better off with that shop, but nobody's doing anything about it! That's why this place is a pit of despair!
And strike.
Yeah, fastball.
It's my grandma. She says the Board of Merchants is holding an emergency meeting, and they would like the tourism board to attend if we can.
Meaning us too?
Okay, today we'll be going over the second half of the play. I've added a final scene in hopes of making the folktale theme more easily understood. Why don't we take it from in front of the cave, the part where the villagers are parading?
I didn't call you all here for this meeting in order for us to talk about the pastry shop. I called you because I thought it was time we discussed the future of the Monoyama Board of Merchants. Undoubtedly, you are all aware that Noge Books is planning to open up a cafe soon in the closed middle school. Mr. Noge, how's it going?
Well, we got lucky in that the school has plenty of parking, and it's in a really good location, too.
Interesting. It's possible that area may be the center of the town someday. And if that's what comes to pass, then I think it would be time for the Board of Merchants to seriously consider disbanding.
Are you kidding me?
I'm definitely not. Nowadays, most people buy their everyday goods at the supermarket, and many times it's easier to order things you need off of the internet.
Are you saying we should just sit around and wait for the town to die?
What choice do we have if people keep closing their shops? Why force ourselves to keep going if people don't want to stay open?
Hold on. Some of us here are nowhere near ready to give up yet. Please don't say you're disbanding us now.
The woodcarving district is still a viable tourist destination. It's the shopping district that's the problem, right?
Yes. Throughout our history, Monoyama has always adjusted our business to the changing times. However, now the very foundation of the way we conduct our business is quickly becoming obsolete. On top of that, even if we try to think of a new role for the shopping district, everyone here is old. If we're no longer needed, it's just a sign of the times. All we can do is accept it.
I've taken over my family's soba restaurant and turned it into a successful bistro. We could have a new generation of shops. I believe that. That's nice, but my kid left for the city and never comes back home.
Hold on, I don't understand what there is to discuss here. All we need to know is that having Belle pastries come to town is good for everyone. That's all that really matters. Isn't that enough?
Might sound fine to the people who've already closed up shop, but some of us folks are still hanging in there.
It's true. Everyone is gritting their teeth, staying open despite the lack of customers. But this is a time when we should all be working together in order to innovate and stick it out. Come on, we can do it. There's so many of us.
All right, then why don't you let someone else use your store, huh?
Maybe because we tatami makers have a pride, okay?
Mr. Shiozaki, is it fair to say that to those of us still conducting
Let's try to straighten out this conversation, okay? Well, keep it simple. What do you think should happen to the shopping district going forward?
The answer is obvious. The district should stick around.
I have something I'd like to say. It's true that thanks to the many efforts of our very hard-working tourism board, Monoyama has steadily been getting more attention lately. However, it hasn't exactly led to the revitalization of the shopping district, has it? For that to happen, the shopping district itself needs to have some actual draw of its own. But despite knowing that, we still can't seem to agree on a place for the pastry shop. So that's why I think we should consider recommending the school. What do you all think?
Are you kidding? Why do that?
So you're okay with things as they are?
Calm down, Mr. Iwashita.
How about it, Akiyama? Will you work with us? It's for the benefit of the shopping district, after all.
He's right, Akiyama. Why on earth would you say no? You don't live there anymore.
And no one is implying that you should rent your shop out for free.
Belém is a reputable company, Akiyama. You should consider it.
It could really help us. Lots of young customers would come through. The district really needs that kickstart. Please, hurry up and make a decision already, Akiyama. You have the power to put this whole issue behind us for good. Come on. Please consider it, Akiyama.
For the good of the district and the town.
Please, we need you.
Come out here and party! It's heaps of fun!
We've got tons of booze to share with you.
How do you get there? Don't be shy. Come on out.
You'll end up burning me to death and they don't even know it. Go away!
Come on, Akiyama. Just do it, would you?
The town really needs your help right now.
Okay, that's enough. I believe Akiyama must have his reasons. There are lots of other available closed shops besides his. Yet the existence of the shopping district is in real danger, so maybe we should just accept that our time here is up.
Stop it! Don't you give up so easily. Come on, Queen. Why don't you say something?
I don't know.
You've got to try to convince these people that it's for the town's benefit.
I don't want to, though.
Huh?
I can't. This is exactly like the dragon story. None of you are trying to see it from the other side.
What are you saying?
I personally feel like most of you are right. And that you're saying what you're saying for the good of the town. But for those who aren't interested, you're trying to force it on them.
Is the Queen giving up on revitalizing the town?
No, but this kind of revitalization doesn't work for everyone. Maybe it's idealistic, but listen, I believe in order for this to work, everyone living here must feel a personal drive for change. But if you decide things by majority rule, and then this happens at the expense of someone giving something up, then that's not revitalization at all. It's just development. I believe nothing like this should be forced on anyone. That's not okay. The answer is for us to come together and save the shopping district as a team.
I think the Queen's right on this one.
I'm sorry, everyone. But please, I beg you to try to understand. I don't want to go through that same awful thing again.
Why? What the hell happened, Akiyama?
His tenant flew the coop.
Wait, he took off? You mean the kid that ran the accessory shop? How come you never said anything to anyone about it?
If people found out, then the Board of Merchants' contempt for outsiders would have grown even stronger than it already was. To his great credit, Akiyama didn't want that to happen. I was the only one to whom he told the whole story. He's been holding this information in for a very long time.
When he came around looking for a space to rent 8 years ago, I was anxious to help him out as much as I could. He had no ties to Monoyama, but he said he wanted to liven things up. That made me happy. But to my surprise, within less than half a year, he suddenly up and disappeared without a trace. Unfortunately, I was the guarantor on his loan from the bank. This is what came from me putting my faith in an outsider. Now I would just like to be left alone.
All right, then. I can see that forcing the issue would be foolish and cruel. Maybe we should just forget the whole thing, huh? How does that sound?
Yes.
If you'd like to offer my place to Belém, you can. I, of course, had no idea what happened to Akiyama before. I thought he mistakenly assumed the tenant would make a lot of money off of his generosity. And then, meanwhile, I've been upset about something silly like the smell. I feel ashamed. I'm sorry.
We have our answer then.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mr. Shiozaki. Mr. Akiyama, I'd like to apologize for trying to force this on you, and I hope you're willing to forgive us.
Of course I do, and I'm sorry too. Thank you, Queen. You're an interesting one. We're lucky to have you. I've seen you on TV, just like everyone else. I've heard quite a few rumors, too. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Okay.
From what I understand, you don't have any personal ties to Manoyama. Why do you work so hard for us?
Well, I guess I'm an outsider, and Manoyama has been good enough to take me in.
I see. Thank you, Queen.
Okay, last scene. In our show, the dead dragon is going to suddenly appear before all of the villagers. The dragon has learned how the villagers are feeling, and she comes to see them in spirit form. Worry not, I bear you no grudge for what happened to me. In truth, you wanted to join hands with me and understand me. And so, the people stand before the vision of the dragon, and with this newfound understanding, the young villager girl offers the dragon's song. Okay.
Sleep tonight, go and dream. Feel the comfort of our soul.
Hey, Hag. About the thing with Akiyama. I had no idea that's what happened to him. It's really awful. So yeah, I'm sorry.
Huh?
And for what happened 50 years ago.
What was that?
I'm trying to apologize. Would you let me?
I guess it's all water under the bridge. Huh? Proposed? How long are you going to keep skulking around? Just stop worrying. The Board of Merchants will officially participate in the festival.
Wow, seriously? Thank you so much. Your turn, Mr. Cuddles.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I guess we owe you one.
You'd think by this age you'd have learned how to thank someone properly.
Would you be quiet?
Oh, I know. On the day of the festival, why don't you two get up on stage together? Maki was just complaining that they don't have enough extras yet for the villagers in the dragon play.
Oh, the play, huh? Yeah, maybe.
I guess I'd be up for that, as long as I'm not playing a zombie.
Nice move, Hag. Okay, Queen, I'm in. But I get to play the village chief.
You don't get to choose your part, Mr. Karuta.
See, natural. That's what I play. This is far enough. Drop me off here.
So I'll leave it up to you. The matter we discussed is in your hands.
Hey, Queen. I brought it like you asked me to.
Great, thank you so much for this.
So what are you going to use it for anyway? As a prop in the play?
Not quite. I actually want to use it as one of the treasures in the Mizuchi Festival.
Wait, what are you talking about?
You mean in place of the... It's incredibly sad. That's why what we do now is so important. We have to work hard. We'll keep Monoyaman culture alive. That should be our goal while we're planning the Mizuchi Festival. We'll fill it with things Monoyamans hold dear and all they want to keep holding dear.
Yeah, you're right. Sitting here worrying isn't going to help.
Nope. We need to focus our efforts on making sure the Mizuchi Festival is a great success. Nice!
We can start hanging them up all over town.
Hey, the hobby have arrived.
Wow, they're so cute. Come on, try one on, Yoshi. Sure. Look at this. Too bad we only have enough for council members and people carrying the float. You know what would be awesome? If we could get enough hoppy for all the different people that are helping out.
I'm afraid that's just not possible in our budget.
Let me dream, huh? Good morning, Mr. Karuta.
Hey.
Today, let the festival make you forget all about the absorption. And if you can't forget, we'll expand our territory and call ourselves Chupacabra City. Or maybe we won't attempt any of that at all.
You're a fool.
Wow, kinda looks like all this talk about absorption has been quite a shock for the boss. Is it bad that I'm hoping it might make him calm down a bit, though?
In his youth, he was apparently always known as the young fool. He's already lost the young part, so is he really going to lose the foolish part next?
Isn't that good?
I don't know. I think it's kind of sad, to be honest.
My dear Queen, you're adopting his crazy.
Hey, I know her. I know this creature. This is the Dragon Girl, and she's a menace.
What's so menacing about her?
Well, boy, if she's actually a dragon, then she's got to be a menace, period.
Dragons are extremely intelligent creatures, though. If we decide to befriend her and receive her knowledge, she could help the village tremendously.
What on earth are you talking about? Befriending a dragon is totally absurd, Elder.
People of the village, which are you going to believe, the words of the elder or those of the chief?
Did they come to you too? Are you on the council?
Yes, they contacted me yesterday.
I've been wondering what would be the best thing for the future of the town.
What are you so upset about? Monoyama has survived as long as it has by getting knowledge from outside, and then consistently changing with it. We had completely forgotten that important part of our past. But the Queen, an outsider, has thankfully reminded us.
Yes, I am fully aware of all of that.
Then see, there's nothing to worry about. So before we start squabbling over absorption, there's one thing that we should do. We have to commit to making completely certain that future generations don't forget the way we did.
Well, there we go. Hey, by the way, I heard about the absorption thing.
Yeah, I guess the time has finally come, huh?
Getting absorbed by Tomikura would be totally boring. We should join Harajuku instead.
I'm not sure that's how it works.
I like absorbing things. It helps a lot if they happen to be quilted, too.
We're not a paper towel, though.
So, are all you guys completely against this?
Well, yeah, I'd rather not get absorbed, right?
I don't know. Monoyama's budget is pretty tight. So if we get absorbed by Tomikura, it'll probably end up improving quite a few things around here.
We'll be in the minority, though, so it'll be hard to get them to listen to us. And then, there's a good chance our culture and traditions will be discarded and forgotten.
Even if we revive the festival, you think it won't be enough to pass those things down?
Look, remember, what's important is how strongly everyone feels about keeping the Mizuchi Festival alive. That's a good thing.
It'll be just fine, I'm sure. Yes. We'll make it so awesome that everyone will be sure to love it.
And we can always have a local referendum, too. In the end, the responsibility's all up to us.
Welcome, sir.
Amamiya.
It's good to see you again. Been a long time since the founding festival. Anyhow, I heard you might be here, so...
I'm glad you found me. What's going on?
Well, Look, honestly, there's something I wanted to share with you.
Huh? What do you mean casting change?
They want you to put a local idol in the play. Some star from Northern Living Television.
What the hell?
The idols are all in the variety show that Kume hosts, too. They say their idol would, of course, play the role of the Dragon Girl. And they also want her to take Richan's place in singing the Dragon Song.
Kinda pushy.
He's got the primetime live slot, and he's willing to let us use up all of it for a live broadcast of the Mizuchi Festival.
Man, I don't know. I mean, even if he is...
No worries! Of course we aren't going to agree to that. Right. That's why Amamiya came to give us a heads up.
Kume is going to be stopping by with a proposal for you. Think very carefully about what it would mean for Monoyama before you reply.
Honestly, he's on our side.
He apologized for what happened with Moving Mountains. Kume edited it to maximize the ratings, and Amamiya couldn't very well go against him.
Apparently it was not what Amamiya wanted.
I think it'll just be a repeat of the founding festival. I feel like we should definitely refuse. Still,
a TV broadcast.
Considering how many people would learn about the festival, turning him down outright might be a little foolish on our part.
We all really put our heads together to come up with these compromises. She can take the role of a villager, or she cannot participate in the play, but instead come to the festival to do a report on the food there.
I've got a question. Are these proposals based on what you'd actually like to have happen with this thing? You don't think you'll regret it later?
I mean, I don't know.
Northern Living Television is here!
Well, what do you think? They're all pretty cute, aren't they? We're really looking forward to working with you again, Mr. Karuta. Here's a thought. After the Mizuchi Festival, maybe you could also consider one of them to be the next Queen of Monoyama.
Listen, we really appreciate you bringing this to us, but we were hoping you'd take a look at our suggestions now.
Suggestions?
Well, yeah. So, for example...
We won't negotiate. Sorry, but we're through here. We can't possibly accept this proposal.
Wait, hang on now. What seems to be the problem, Mr. Karuta? Having the festival broadcast live isn't exactly a bad deal for Monoyama. I've heard there are talks of Tomikura absorbing Monoyama, too. It's all the more reason to really put this festival on display and
We're trying to revive a traditional festival. It's imperative that we be able to do things our way.
Of course, but...
This festival belongs to Monoyama. We're not going to let you mess with it.
Geez, boss, did you have to yell at him like that? I know we can't accept all of the proposal as is, but I think it would have been better to negotiate a bit and have the chance to show off our town.
Oh, shut up! The word negotiate has never been a part of my vocabulary. What? What's so funny?
Sorry, nothing really. Just thinking you're a fool, that's all.
You're certainly one to talk, Queen.
Oh, stop. You just happened to remind me of it. I hope when I'm older, I'll still be as much of a young fool as you are. So now, the shrine float is seaworthy. On the night of the Mizuchi Festival, this float will make its way around the city and then return to Sakura Pond.
Cut. Okay.
People of Monoyama, get ready for the Mizuchi Festival revival!
The countdown is a really good idea, I think.
And we'll upload new content daily, too, so it stays fresh.
Look, lots of people are already posting clips of their own. This is so fun!
My car is ready to go. It's decked out in festival mode.
Moss is bragging about his big Kabuto again. Looks like he's counting down too.
Hey, did Posuke figure out where he's going to college? A music college in Tomikuta majoring in percussion. Wow!
He's really going to be a professional taiko player. This float will make its way around the city and then return to Sakura Pond.
We don't need to rely on Northern Living Television. We've got the Monoyama channel.
This is a festival for Monoyamans after all. That's right. It's far more important to try to get people excited inside the city rather than focusing on people outside. Momonga Agency? This is Yoshino. Good to hear from you. Hold on just a sec.
Come on, we can't let them outdo us. We've got to think up something really innovative and unique that we can post. Oh, what's this?
Oh no, the chupacabra! It's a little embarrassing now, isn't it?
Right? I can't even believe we made this thing. I didn't know that page existed.
Do you think Yoshino has grown up a little bit compared to back then?
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, come to think of it, we did discuss that.
That's right! You guys, I got an idea!
Come on. You can't possibly eat 10 servings of katsuda.
I can eat 11.
Here you go.
I'd say 5 at best.
I can do 6.
Oh, is this the program that you shoot away? Are you regretting it now?
I don't regret it at all, but I can't help wondering if there might not be something that I could do for Monoyama on my own. Something that only I could do.
Yes, of course. We'll happily accept your donation. Thank you so much. Would you like us to email those forms or fax them to you? You don't have either?
Okay, thank you for calling.
Uh-huh.
I'd be happy to go and deliver those directly.
Oh, thank you. Yes, please. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Man, we're getting more and more individual
Right, can I get your
donations.
I know, the whole town is really coming together, all for the sake of the festival.
Thank you for coming out here like this.
Oh, not at all. Thank you for your help. Kumino? Sayuri? What are you guys doing? Are you scouting out a rival restaurant?
Well, not exactly. I guess I've been inspired. I might open a new location in the shopping district.
Its specialty would be French toast. Ah,
Running off to France, opening restaurants. Kumino is quite the go-getter.
cool, huh? They found a cafe that closed up shop last year. The owner said he'd let Kumino rent the space.
Hello there. I thought you guys might like some croquettes.
Oh, those croquettes from the butcher.
Oh, yummy, thank you!
After all this, now it seems like the shopping district is full of energy.
I know, right? Maybe I'll open up an office in the shopping district after the festival.
What'll you do, Queen?
What do you mean?
You got a call from your agency earlier, didn't you?
Yeah. They called about the contract ending.
Will you go back to Tokyo?
Oh, Yoshi, you're not gonna stay in Monoyama? I'm still thinking it over. I was considering moving back to my hometown, too.
So does that mean you gave up on finding a non-normal job in Tokyo?
Yeah. Even if I got a job like that, I'm sure it would seem normal after a while. I think anything would. And even in a totally normal job, you find inspiration. I know in Tokyo, there's always a lot going on. But I don't think inspiration always has to come from the outside. It's within yourself, so you can really find it wherever you are. That's what I've learned from coming here and experiencing so many different things with all of you. Whatever your job is, if you invest yourself, you can find inspiration in it and mine it for all that it's worth. That's what I believe now.
That's so cool.
Agreed. Well said.
You have really grown a lot, girl.
You know what? You've inspired me in so many ways this year. You too. I only learned this stuff because of you. You've made me better. Thank you. So at the very end, the float will travel across the water and return the shrine here.
Yep, that's why we're scrubbing away 50-year-old grime.
I deep grime in a bath for 50 minutes 3 times a day.
Someone's obsessed with cleanliness, isn't he?
What is this?
What? There are names carved here.
Probably the names of the people involved with Sakura Pond's construction. It's okay, leave this to me.
The shrine was moved to this spot when they were working on the reservoir and making Sakura Pond, isn't that right?
Yep, all of that happened well before I was even born. They apparently called in a foreign civil engineer for the designing of the pond.
I finally found it.
Huh?
Proof of their life here. These are my roots.
Now that you mention it, didn't you say your name was...
He's Alexandre Senna Davis Chelibidake.
My middle names are from my great-grandmother and my great-grandfather. They met in Monoyama and fell in love at Sakura Pond.
So your ancestors actually made Sakura Pond. That's amazing. And it's super romantic, too. I bet they went to the festival together, huh?
They must have. What a crazy find this is for me. And now I'll go to the festival. just like they did.
2 days left until the Mizuchi Festival. Ah! You little
Yep,
thief!
ridiculous as always.
But look, now everything is finally coming together. The cherry blossoms are looking good. At this rate, they're going to be in full bloom for the festival.
Yoshino, can you give me a hand?
What's up?
Could you get in there and then hold the doors from the inside for me?
Got it. Wow, pretty realistic in here. Huh? Ooh, it's dark. I can't see anything. Where the heck are the doors? Huh? Maki? You there? Hello? They're locked. What's going on out there? Ready and...
Happy birthday to our queen!
Oh, wow. You guys remember the day.
We very nearly forgot with all the festival prep.
The Huppies.
Yeah, but to be clear, we weren't trying to wish you a happy birthday.
Remember what you said the other day? How you thought it'd be nice if we had a hobby for everybody helping out with the festival?
Turns out everyone agreed with you, so we went out and got the same ones.
Oh, you guys. Wow. A Japanese-style cake?
That's right, a Western treat crafted by a Japanese confectioner.
So it's not normal, it's a special cake.
All right, I think it's time for her to blow out the candles. Come on, do it, Yoshi! Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Happy birthday!
Thanks for being you. Now let's go and make this festival the best ever.
Happy birthday.
Good morning, everyone. I want you to know it's your hard work and commitment that have made all this possible. The Mizuchi Festival is back. Let's all enjoy it and have a great time today.
This festival, this town, I can't let them disappear.
Have you already been by to see Sakura Pond?
Yeah, the cherry blossoms were beautiful.
I think it was about this time of year when we first brought her here, right, honey?
Oh, it was springtime? That's so perfect.
A family reunion. Honestly, a wonderful scene. Do you mind if I film you folks?
Amamiya.
Now, don't you worry. I'm not giving any of it to Kume. I've got some time to fill on the evening news broadcast. Honestly, I worked pretty hard for it.
Are you nervous at all, Ririko?
Yeah, a little.
When you're nervous, you should write the character for person on your palm 3 times and swallow them. You do it like this.
Is that what you used to do, back when you would sing?
Yes. That's how I know you're going to be just fine. You're my granddaughter, after all.
Do you think he'll make it? If Mr. Karuta is not here soon, we're in trouble.
Has he been in contact?
He said that he's heading here now. Hopefully he's not hitting any traffic.
Well, we've got a problem.
Oh, what a beautiful view!
Yeah.
What? You ran out of gas? I'll go pick them up right now.
Okay, great. Can you go with her? That way maybe you can do his makeup in the car.
I think Saya's car is parked out behind the tent.
There are too many roads blocked off for the festival. You can't possibly get the car out from behind the pond right now.
My car's parked over at the tourism center. Why don't you guys just take that?
But how do we get to the tourism center?
We'll have to run over there. Yuta! How's it looking? Will we make it? Yep, no worries.
Sanae told me what was up. Let's go.
Waito, you can trust me. Ushimatsu, okay?
Right, Ushimatsu!
Huh? Is that it? Hey, right here! Over here! Hey!
Mr. Kadata's on his way here. Don't worry, he'll make it in plenty of time for the show.
All right. Finally here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Dad's coming to watch, you know.
Yeah, I know. Tell him to try and film the whole stage this time.
Oh, come on. Let him film what he wants, at least for today. How are you, Erika? Nervous?
No, I'm not. Are you really... Are you really planning to stay here and be a taiko drummer?
I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I'm not sure if I can make a living doing only that, you know. But for right now, I'm pretty set on it. What about you?
I don't claim to know what's going to happen either, but I'm pretty set on something too.
What's that?
It's a secret.
Looks like he'll get here pretty soon.
Okay.
There's no traffic access
Yeah, I
around
got
the
it.
pond, huh?
It's gonna be okay. King Daichi will be able to lead them through.
Happy. Cool, I'm happy.
Okay. Sakami-san, we'll make a right turn up here.
Oh, this is exciting!
Should we try to go around the shrine float?
No, you've got to walk from here. Take the forest path until you get to the palace. I'm the directions guy. Pass between rice fields, wild animals, trails. I know every single route in Manoyama.
There aren't really any bears here, are there?
Nah, the sound of the festival should keep them well away. And if things get rough, I'll protect you.
There's Mir Naumon.
What the?
Washoi! Washoi! Washoi!
Wait, why are you here?
Washoi! Washoi! Washoi!
You like to washoi?
Yes, I want a washoi!
I have an idea. Everyone, sorry about this. Do you mind if we cut in here, though?
Thank you.
Washoi RN? It's cool. Somebody's carrying the shrine float. Apparently Mir Naumon is washoing right now.
There they are. Well, it looks like you made it this time, Beef.
Yes, I kept my promise.
And it only took you 50 years to do it.
I brought Mayor Nauman here with me. If the Sister City thing goes through, even if the absorption does end up happening, Monoyaman customs and culture will still live on. I made up my mind 50 years ago. I'm not running away. I'm going to wake up this little town.
Okay, you guys, it's finally time. The shrine float has arrived. So let's go out there and give them a great show.
Yeah!
Hey, Grandma. If everything goes well with my song, I have something important to ask you.
I'm here. I finally arrived at this place. It's been a difficult journey. I wonder if I can get along here, in this little village full of humans. I wonder if we could share our knowledge and live here peaceably together.
Huh?
Who on earth are you? I've never seen you before.
What is it, people of the village?
Oh, it's the chief.
Amazing.
I bear you no grudge. You wanted to know me. You actually wanted to join hands and understand me. And for that, I thank you.
Sleep tonight, go and dream. Feel the comfort of our song. Our peace missing alone, frightened and seeking home. Please forgive us for all we should have known. Different though we may be, we still can live here and be free. We all have hearts pounding strong. Hear the words of this song and sleep happily, knowing you are home.
joyously celebrate our own. Different though we all are, we're struggling with our truths to spark. Courageously we join hands, overcome, understand, and we welcome you with our humble song. Sleep tonight, so you can dream peacefully.
That was such great work, everyone! Cheers!
Cheers! Whoa, I'm on TV. Man, I got cut off. Hang on, Maki, play it one more time.
Sure, I'll put it on slow-mo for you.
The festival was a hit. Your granddaughter got up there and sang wonderfully, so how about a song from you, Olive?
Yeah, you could bring the garage band back.
Oh, yes, I would love to hear that.
You say that, but the reality might be too much for you.
I couldn't believe it.
Looks like spring has sprung for Kindachi over there.
I've always preferred summer myself. A season of heat for passionate lovers.
Let's have a matchmaking tour during the summer. Summer in Monoyama should be more than hot enough for you.
Ushimatsu!
Naoman!
Ushimatsu!
Naoman!
Bye, buddy!
I can't believe it, but we might actually get a sister city.
You think the sister city will happen?
It's certainly possible.
Cool, I've never met a nun before.
Hey there, Queen. Great work today. This past year's been loads of fun, thanks to you.
Coming from the former prince, that's an honor to hear.
We'll make it an even bigger festival next year. And I'll be one of the guys carrying the shrine float.
Do it.
I might have drunk too much.
Wait a sec. Is Reach on drunk too?
You actually drank?
Yeah, my very first time. It feels kind of good.
So beautiful.
Cherry blossoms and a starry sky make good collaborators.
We had a meeting under the cherry blossoms, you remember?
Yeah, it's been a whole year.
It went by so fast.
We got to have some silly adventures, though.
It might have been silly, but it was crazy fun.
I wish we could have some more. Then you should. Keep doing it. There's a saying, show silliness, recklessness, and filial piety while you still can.
Who said that?
The second queen of the kingdom of Chupacabra.
That's you dork.
Still, I guess this is the end of this team, huh? We've got the abdication ceremony, though.
This is just the beginning.
That's right. Even if we're no longer the queen and her ministers, we still have our whole future ahead of us.
What'll you do, Sonae?
I'm going to open a regional consulting office in the shopping district. Akiyama said he'd let me run his store, so I'm all set now.
Wow.
What about you? Have you thought about what your next play is going to be?
Uh-huh. This went so well. I want to do something based on another Monoyaman folktale.
There are a lot of them. I could help you.
Rijon, you could totally be the acting troupe's new playwright.
Have you found something else you want to do instead?
Mm-hmm. I made a promise with my grandma. I said if I successfully sang on stage, I wanted to leave Monoyama.
Huh? You're really leaving town?
I want to see the world with my own eyes. But don't worry, I'll be back.
You have to send lots of pictures.
I will.
Actually, I've made up my mind, too. What I'm going to do right now and the future.
You've decided to leave us, then?
Yeah. I think Monoyama is a really lovely place. I've learned so much from all of you guys over the past year. And I felt at home here. But I don't feel like it's time for me to surrender to that feeling, you know?
I think it's great. You're making an honest choice for yourself.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, so can we, right? Thanks so much, you guys. Monoyama really is a second hometown to me. Well, I promise I'm going to do my very best to look after it, so it'll be all ready for you whenever you want to come back.
Hey, let's all raise our glasses one more time.
To bright futures for everyone.
Cheers! Mr. Karuta.
Hey, you're up early, Queen.
Yeah, good morning.
The last year went by in a flash, huh?
It did.
I guess you made up your mind then.
I'm sorry.
No need to apologize. It was a one-year contract. It's better for you to leave anyhow. If you stick around here long enough, then you won't be an outsider anymore, and that's no fun, right?
What are you planning to do about the next queen?
Well, I thought about it, and I've finally come to a decision on that.
Hey, come on, it's about to start.
When I first came here to the town of Monoyama, I was totally unaware of what it was. I honestly assumed it was just another country town out in the sticks, a normal little place without much going for it. But over the past year, I've lived and worked in Monoyama, and I've met
so many different kinds of people here. And before I knew it, I realized that while it might seem normal, there are so many things about Monoyama that are completely unique.
Its own special history, its own special culture, its own special scenery. These are things that Monoyama has cultivated over a long, long period of time. Things that are truly precious, that you'll never find anywhere else. Monoyama cherishes its history and its culture, and at the same time, it's open and continues to grow and change. So even if it was only for a short time, it has truly been this foolish outsider's honor to serve you.
Today marks the end of my term as your queen, so I'll say goodbye. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for making this the best year of my life.
There is something that Monoyama has cherished for a very long time now. The ideal that was clearly expressed in the Dragon Song. Do not reject other cultures. Make their knowledge a part of you. Share and change with the world, and you'll live on. Some of us here had almost forgotten about that ideal. But this queen, this young foolish outsider, was able to remind us who we are. That's why I've made up my mind. We don't need the kingdom of Chupacabra anymore. Every individual person in Monoyama can think and learn, pass down their culture, and occasionally change and grow. And we'll always be proud of who we are and of Monoyama. Effective immediately, I hereby relieve the queen of her duties and disband the kingdom of Chupacabra. It truly was a wonderful year, one for the books. And for that, Queen, I thank you. Okay, Monoyama, I think we should give it up for the Queen one more time, huh?
Yoshino, are you coming?
Yeah, on my way. Okay, that should do it. This tree is here for the 5 of us.
You think maybe we should bury a time capsule while we're at it?
You know what? I want to keep planting lots and lots of cherry trees around here. And Monoyama will be known as the city full of cherry blossoms.
I love that.
And so then, no matter if we're talking about 10 years down the road or 100, Monoyama will always have them. I hope that we'll all be able to see those blossoms here together someday.
We're gonna miss you. But don't worry, the town's in good hands.
The Monoyama Tourism Board team will always be in our hearts, right?
Right. Where is he? Sorry, he said he couldn't make it. Oh. All right. Thanks, guys. Time to go.
Take care, girl.
We'll schedule a show in your area. Good luck over there, Yoshi. Come back for next year's Mizuchi Festival.